Oh, I need water. I should probably do that first. I'm gonna set up in-game first. Okay. Oh, God. I had one job before I left, and that was to make the scoreboard correctly, and then I didn't do it. I don't like the 2s in this font. I've never noticed that before. Alright, I don't know how many people are actually going to show up, so I'm just going to start. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry that this is so much later. I'm going to just start the cast, and we'll introduce everything as we go. This is game number 3 between the Bandits and the Outlaws from the Legends Esports Draft Amateur Series quarterfinals. The 3-seeded Bandits are taking on the 6-seeded Outlaws. Unfortunately, I had to cut my cash short the other night so that I could go to bed and be a person the next day at work. So we're picking up from replay here in game number 3. The Bandits up 2-0 on the blue side of the rift wearing the blue health bars. In the top lane, I'm Trouble. We'll be playing Ornn, Dream Unforgiven in the jungle on Kanye West. In the mid lane, Oath will be reprising his Game 2 role on Galio, and Deftly and Overcomer will be playing Leona and MF. And on the red side of the rift, wearing the red health bars, trying to avert elimination from and the end of their season, is the Outlaws. In the top lane, Just Trust Me Mate, playing Ignite Garen, Given 32 in the jungle on Hecarim, First Time Sona playing Malzahar, and a Red Wheelbarrow and Tainted Red number 96 playing the Ashe and Morgana. So First Time Sona got his Malzahar for the 3rd game in a row. No priority given toward taking him off of that pick. Basically, this has been the story of 2 sides of the map. In the bottom lane, Overcomer and Deftly have gotten huge leads in both games, mostly powered by Oath having fantastic early in mid games. And Deftly and Overcomer just bring it home. In game number 2, I believe we saw Deftly go something like 15-2. It was a really fantastic performance. So we'll see if he has the same success on the Misfortune. On the other side of the map for the Outlaws, their big shining star has been Just Trust Me Mate. And I was hoping, and I think I mentioned it on the cast for game number 2, I was hoping that they'd put him on something that can affect the map a little bit and help his teammates play the game. Because we've seen him on the Camille have a pretty decent amount of success. They just kind of had a couple unlucky fights in a row. Overcomer and definitely looking for the engage. Hit level 2 first. Gonna find the stun onto Red Wheelbarrow. He's kiting. He's ignited. The flash forward from Definitely. It's not enough because of the exhaust from Tainted Red. And he'll live. Now the Dark Binding and the trade back from the minions. But really important that Ash didn't die there. Sorry, I'm gonna turn chat off. Anyway, I was really hoping that they'd put Just Trust Me Mate on something that could go to bottom lane and help these guys out, go to mid lane, help get some kills on the Malzahar, because what they've really been missing is any other threat. We saw him on the Tryndamere in game number 2, split push a bunch of stuff, even down to the Nexus towers at the end of the game, but it just doesn't have that finishing power. They can't kill the Nexus, so it doesn't matter. Flash away now from Red Wheelbarrow, so both of the summoners gone off of the Ashe as well as the exhaust now on Morgana. And this is continuing to look a little bit rough as Definitely an Overcomer having their way so far with bottom lane, and Given is not on that side of the map. He's up in top lane currently looking at some Krugs. But yeah, the Ignite Garen, maybe not exactly what I was looking for, but it's better than Tryndamere, I guess, in terms of team fighting. He went Lethal Tempo, which is super weird, I think. I feel like Conqueror is just better in every way against Ornn. Ornn also has Conqueror for some reason. I don't know why. That one's a bit of a head scratcher. Other than that, everything looks relatively normal. Comet's, I think, a little unusual on Morgana, but it's at least fine. Yeah. Anyway, Cheater Recall for Definitely an Overcomer. He goes back, buys a Cull, and I guess he still has the potion, potentially? Might have bought another potion. Who knows? And Red Wheelbarrow gets the later Recall. Gonna lose some creeps for it. Not too many, though. This isn't super punishing. But buys boots and a dagger, which is also kind of weird. Was he Berserker's Rushes both games? Now my memory's going. Anyway, yeah, pretty slow-paced early game. I really want to see Dream Unforgiven start getting some orbs on those transformation, and Oath is showing that he can still trade on Galio. After showcasing very strongly in game number 1, even getting, I want to say, like 2 solo kills on the Malzahar, which just shouldn't happen. Like, that's the whole reason you pick Malzahar, is to not die solo, basically. I do kind of wonder if I'm Trouble's ever going to proc Conqueror. Oh, the flash forward from Oath hits the Justice Punch into the Winds of War, and the flash away from First Time Sona. So, trading flash for flash. Malzahar actually hits level 6, so he has the Malefic Visions available. Somehow he's ahead on EXP, but there's Oath going to equalize. Now has the Heroic Entrance available, could maybe make a play in bottom lane here in a second. I didn't mean literally a second. They're going for it. Ignite onto Red Wheelbarrow. Black Shield is good to dissuade a lot of this damage. Now forcing this in under tower. I wonder if they'll go for the dive with Galio. You can see the missing pings, and Tainted Red's out of there. I don't really blame him. He's pretty starved right now. He's level 3 on the Morgana. Should hit level 4 somewhere in this wave. Like, this is a gigantic wave. But right now it's going to be the dragon in the sights of the Bandits. I hope Dream Unforgiven comes up, because Overcomer will not live through that otherwise. Alright, there you go. This is exactly the champion that someone named Dream Unforgiven would play, by the way. Yeah. Very edgy. Yeah, really need to see him start getting orbs, though. Make It Rain gonna slow up Red Wheelbarrow, forces the heal out, but the binding in the minion wave gets turned on Definitely pretty hard. I believe this will be the latest First Blood of this series once we get it. Here we're sitting around 7 minutes, but... Oh, flash forward for the stun onto Red Wheelbarrow. Definitely just isn't feeling it right now. He's looking on some minions, maybe a little miscommunication between the bottom lane of the Bandits. But they're going to continue hanging out. Trouble. I really wonder if he'll proc Conqueror at any point. It's a little bit of a combo for him to proc Conqueror. Oh, didn't get the cannon. That feels so bad. Now underneath tower, the... What? Wait. What? I don't do this, but what? Okay. He's gonna go in, drop the sword on him. Oh, it's Ignite. Okay. I'm just dumb. Cool. Anyway, gonna be traded back in the mid lane as Dream Unforgiven makes his first gank, and it's successful with the Umbral Trespass in the mid. So, now we're looking at Given in bottom lane, sneaking into Tribush, but he's immediately found by Oath and also by the bottom lane, now getting chased off. That's way more important than Garen taking a tower shot, and I wish we would watch that. Observers! This is like the world's observers. There are no observers that's directed camera, just for full disclosure. Yeah. 1-1. I didn't see the Ignite particles during that quick thing. I think he dropped it like during the sword animation, so you didn't really see the burn. That was my confusion. My apologies there. That's an ult combo. Jesus. All right. Bullet time from Deftly gonna find that kill in the bottom side. The solar flare into it. The black shield just didn't matter at that point. There's just no stopping that combo. So a kill for Deftly, and they're set up nicely now with kills on Deftly and Dream Unforgiven. You'd like to see Oath, get a little bit more into the game. He was super far ahead in game number 2 on the pick. I believe 3-0 or 4-0 at one point. Ended the game something like 9-2. I really don't know why he has Conqueror. That's just bothering me. Will he proc it? No. Okay. Oh. At least he went Bramble Vest. Like that's at least a solid decision. In the midst of maybe some rough one. Oof. Well, Oath has a blue buff, and Given is going to take the Aikido route and just go ahead and keep his blue buff for the time being. But now 10 minutes in, we have yet to see Given do anything in this game other than kill some minions. He kind of threatened bot once or twice, but really has not made his presence felt at all on this HOhm. Now with the onslaught of shadows available, would really like to see either of these junglers do anything. Like the endless farming kind of benefits Kayn, but he really needs his forum, so you still need to fight. I don't know. Maybe the farming benefits HOhm then. Maybe I'm just wrong. I'm Trouble is in trouble and is dead. Oath, meanwhile, gets taunt up by the Malefic Visions, gets snared, autos coming through, the onslaught of shadows for the kill by Given. Yeah, also this HOhm build isn't... Games 1 and 2 honestly had like super minimal things to say about like builds and runes and things like that. Everything was pretty good. But this game is just... Maybe these players are tired in game 3. I feel that. It was a long night already. Anyway, there's no reason to rush Cinderhulk when you're even or ahead on HOhm. And there's really no reason, if you're going to rush Cinderhulk, to not finish your jungle item first, because the whole point is sustain, not damage. So, like, getting your 2 halves of your jungle item and then bomb Cinder is objectively just the wrong path no matter what. realistically, it should just be his uh, Hunter's Talisman plus a Sheen and maybe some parts of a Phage right now. And he would just have so much more damage and ability to affect the map right now, and would also farm faster. Um, yeah. I don't know what I'm Troubles doing with that Ruby Crystal either. We have talked at length on this. If you're a tank and you're behind, you just get Ninja Tabby, and then you're not as behind. You can actually trade. Taunt gonna land on the Red Wheelbarrow before the Black Shield comes out, but now the Black Shield's there. They're splitting their aggro, but definitely takes the kill. Now the Proto Belt in Oath is tanking up tower, needs to get out, and he will successfully this time. Nice little dive there by the Bandits, and they'll retake the kill lead at 4-3. I'm a big fan of that dive. That was all right. They probably could have committed harder initially to the dive and not had to redive, but honestly, at Gold, Silver, Elo, diving 2 successfully, great. I am a big fan. Ignite coming down on Degiven, he's just going to run away as Overcomer threatening. They'll turn back on that Air Dragon. I'm Trouble is in a lot of trouble right now. He's down 3 levels. Jeez. All right. Demacian Justice plus the Ignite again from Just Trust Me, Mate. And he's honestly bigger than he was in the Tryndamere game now on this Garen. And the Orange just has no ability to fight back. And in fact, he bought another Ruby Crystal for some reason, so he's really nowhere near fighting back. Yeah. Oof. Garen has Trinity Force compared to Bramble Vest, Ruby Crystal Boots, and a Cloth Armor, and that's not great. Yeah, and then exactly the opposite in the bottom lane now. Definitely has the Essence Reaver. Even walking in, going to get taunted by Oath. Onslaught of Shadows going to draw him back into the Malefic Visions. Do they actually have the damage to kill him in any reasonable amount of time? Looks like Oath is just going to sacrifice himself. He had Flash available. Might have been able to get out. I don't know if he can clear enough distance to use his E. It was close, but does give up the kill, unfortunately, to Given in the process. Anyway, you have Essence Reaver compared to Zerkagree's Dagger, which is also just a gigantic gap in the bottom lane, and we'll see which team can make best use of it. In the first 2 games, it was Bandits with their bottom side advantage, and we'll see. I like this position from Outlaws better than I liked it in the first 2 games. I feel like Just Trust Me, Mate has a little bit more pressure and is snowballing faster. And if he can get out of control, which he already almost is, it's going to be a very scary proposition to deal with him. Now he's hacking down on mid tower just for fun. Appreciate that. He could go and grab the Rift Herald by himself and then drop it mid. Really get some pressure for his team. We'll see. Tainted Red not going to land that binding. Definitely just layering in some autos, hits the PTA proc just for good measure. But now Given and First Time Sona headed down toward the bottom side. Gonna sweep out a ward. We'll see if they can continue this roam. Maybe they find Dream Unforgiven in his jungle. That would be also something. They don't have either ult available, though. Anyway, the standoff around Dragon has not resulted in anything. So as we hit 15:33, we're looking for that next step for both of these teams. I think if you're playing super optimally, it's probably the Herald play that I mentioned for Outlaws. I don't think that there's anything of value you can really get with Garen in a side lane. He can't 1v2. But if you can start breaking some towers, you can rotate around the map. Arrow gonna land onto Deathly. They're gonna Galio ult in, trying to counter-engage Tainted Red, forced to Black Shield and flash away. Some autos coming in, but he gets taunted up, and the bullet time plus the solar flare for the double kill for Deathly. But it's gonna open up the mid tower for First Time Sona, and Just Trust Me, Mate. Now Dream Unforgiven walks in, trying to hit the Blade's reach. Almost gets executed, but able to buffer it with the Umbral Trespass, but it doesn't go on cooldown, and he'll be executed immediately after. So the mid tower is the price to pay for that bottom lane play. Now I'm Trouble calls the Forge God, but it's gonna sail just a little bit wide. Maybe he's Defly. Have I been saying it wrong for 3 games? Oh no. Well, if anyone's around to correct me, I'd appreciate that. Anyway, um, that's not a good realization to have 3 games into a series. It's a 2,000 gold lead right now for Outlaws, which I think is their biggest that they've had all series. They've gotten a couple 1K gold leads. They fought back from deficits, but this one feels like the first like minor gold advantage that they've really had. And again, the Rift Herald's just been sitting there for 17.5 minutes. First time Sona trying to clear out. This is actually a very scary proposition. Is definitely an overcomer here. They're going to kick back in. Definitely Malefic Visions onto him and rampage him down. A shutdown going to Given. And they're going to try to chase down Overcomer. He's pretty tanky. He has the W available. Gets the stun. Flashes. Still being chased. There's no tower there. Meanwhile, they just can't deal with Garen. His Oath gets executed. Just trust me, mate. Needs to cancel his spin so he can hit the blast cone. Healing back up. Now get the healing canceled by the Blade's Reach. Dream Unforgiven shuts him down. 950 gold in the pocket of the Kayn. They actually didn't kill Overcomer. He just gets to walk away from that, I guess. That's a couple more kills and a little bit more pressure, though, for the Outlaws. And they're growing the gold lead, which is something we actually haven't seen either team be super successful at so far in this series. About a 3,000 gold lead now at 1840. And Dragon spawning is probably the most important objective on the map, but we're finally going to take this Rift Herald. So now the two teams might converge for this first Ocean Dragon. A lot of damage coming through for Given, now just forced to use his ult in the mid lane so that he didn't take a bunch of extra damage. He'll grab some healing fruit, but now down the onslaught of shadows for this fight. Garen isn't with them. Again, all of their gold is on him and Given. And Given doesn't have ult, and Garen isn't here, so they're not going to be able to contest. They shouldn't contest. Why are they still looking to contest? Stop them. Okay, cool. Third dragon to Bandits. They have their win con, is that Ocean Soul. No one is matching Garen right now. He's just on a Nexus inhibitor turret. They're going to drop the Rift Herald mid and start this split push. 20 minutes the play of the game might be being made by the Outlaws. Knock up over the wall onto Tainted Red, but Shelly gets the charge in. Hecarim's just going to take out the tower as the Forge God knocks up 2. Oh, didn't quite take out the tower. Big solar flare into the bullet time. First time Sona's down. Oath comes in with another AoE. They're going to find the double kill for Deathly, but Just Trust Me Mate is on the inhibitor tower. It's going down. The teleport in? Not... Oh, it is in time. It gets channeled, but he's able to take down the tower anyway. Now ignites Oath. Takes him down with the Demacian Justice. He is in no man's land, as they say, and will fall eventually to Deathly. But he got the inhibitor tower. Well, that wasn't as big a play as I thought it might have been. Instead, it actually shrunk the gold just a little bit, but they get the inhibitor tower. Their 5th tower of the game, almost all exclusively in that top lane. But, yeah, now Given has his ult, maybe, for a fight. That would be pretty cool. Definitely bought a QSS. I like that. So, a lot of respect there from the Misfortune given toward first-time Sona. Not going to be stared at. The only one who's paid the tax, though. So, a lot of targets still available. Dream Unforgiven did hit his Ross transformation at some point in the past couple of minutes. Had it for the last fight. Also worth noting, headed for Death's Dance as his first item, which is kind of interesting. I don't think that's super normal, but it's not a bad item. Who definitely went for the double BF sword follow-up. Um, I don't know what both swords are for, but that's pretty cool. One for each hand. Phantom Dancer's finished for Just Trust Me, Mate. He's headed toward a Death's Dance. At that point, he'll actually be unkillable. It'll be very difficult to deal with him for anybody. It's not going to be one person. Uh, it almost isn't one person now who can just wave clear against him. Even's going to get caught just a little bit, has Black Shield. Also way from the fight. So really don't want to start this one up. They've expended a lot of their initiation tools now with the Hecarim ult and the Ashe ult on cooldown. You still have Malzahar, but he doesn't have Flash. So this is a very difficult little position for them right now. As Bandits are sieging mid, you're still just stretching the map, though. Garen's on the bottom side. Hammering down on the tower. I'm trying to catch up on messages. There were a couple, just a flurry of them, and I wasn't understanding for a second. Sorry. Mid tower is still under siege. They haven't been able to secure it yet, and Just Trust Me Mate can't find the opening that he needs in the bottom side either. But now the Bandits headed down. They're going to try to deal with Garen. 106 left on the Dragon spawn. That represents Ocean Soul for the Bandits. So Outlaws really need to be aware of that cooldown, that timer. Solar Flare, not going to connect, but now the fight's going to break out. More AoEs coming over the top, and they'll eliminate Red Wheelbarrow and First Time Sona. Taunt underneath the tower, and Tainted Red will fall as well. But Just Trust Me Mate's here, trying to turn this one around. He's spinning on Oath, he executes him with the Demacian Justice. Call of the Forge God coming through, knocks up Given. Dream Unforgiven, not able to hit the Blade's reach. It's turned back around. Double kill for Just Trust Me Mate. And now Given in the fray, hits the Onslaught of Shadows in a team fight for once, but he gets shut down by Deathly. They can't find their way onto this Misfortune. Overcomer not going to be chewed through. A double kill for Deathly and the ace for the Bandits, and it should be Ocean Soul here in about 15 seconds for them. The badges are like super finicky. I don't know. Yeah, Dragons started up. They're not burning this super fast. I don't think anybody can get here. First Time Sona had the opportunity to teleport, but there's nowhere to teleport to. Ashe Arrow! Oh! It was at 130, but I'm Trouble is just fat enough to stop the Ashe Arrow. So the AoE doesn't go through. That was... Alright. She also doesn't do any damage. It might have actually done it, but like... Runan's Hurricane into Vamp Scepter means that Ashe actually is just healing people when she auto-attacks, and that's kind of rough. Meanwhile, Infinity Edge finished up for Deathly. It's just unspeakable how much more damage Deathly does than Red Wheelbarrow right now, but also how much more useful Just Trust Me Mate is than I'm Trouble. But now both teams posturing around mid. Ocean Soul secured for the Bandits. They've narrowed the gold gap back to 1,000 after that ace, and have a lot of standing gold on the map that they could be able to get if they're able to get the opportunity to just break that top tower or mid tower at any point, or push a minion wave ever. It's rough when your top laner is as behind as they are, but they're finally going to get that mid tower. They break it, they don't quite get the gold lead, but mid tower down means that you get priority. Look at Ashe, just can't. It's so sad. Let me type the world's smallest F on the world's tiniest keyboard for Ashe. Hawkshot gonna find them out, but they're also standing on wards, which also doesn't help that Overcomer has a sweeper. I don't... This is super awkward. Oh, now they're going to walk in. 4 in the bush. Binding going to land on Oath and get that one away. Just trust me, mate. Looking for some trouble with I'm Trouble. I'll take a big chunk. He can heal that all back really fast, so any trade that they take is going to be positive. There's the sweeper being used, maybe not in the optimal situation, but the siege continuing in mid. Just trust me, mate, has found I'm Trouble a little bit away from the tower. Oh, Ignite coming down. He's got the ult. Is the Ignite enough? It isn't, but it's going to force him away, so he should get the tower anyway. It's more dramatic if he gets the solo kill, though. Baron's being pinged for some reason. I guess we're headed there as Bandits. They've even started it. This is in vision. This is in full vision. Just trust me, mate's going to take another tower for his trouble here in mid lane. They're just trying to draw people to the Baron so they can fight, but Outlaws have been super unwilling to come. Now Garen on the flank, teleport coming in. This is I'm Trouble on the Ornn. They've gathered his 5, and just that quickly, they burn that cooldown. Can they find the pick over the wall? Anything. Oath goes in. Proto Belt hits the taunt. I don't know why that was stopwatched. He still has Black Shield. He would have lived. He's going to die, though. Oh, no. Well, it'd be like that sometimes, I guess. Teleport to bottom lane, though, is just Trust Me Mate is pushing in on the inhibitor tower again. Kills it and gets the Oath, the Galio for free. Auto-attacking him down, has the Demacian Justice, there it is. And another kill for just Trust Me Mate as he'll get an inhibitor. Now a fight kind of breaking out. This is actually really well done by the 3-man squad. They keep coming in to bait, they're canceling the recalls. Just Trust Me Mate is just split pushing, mate. He's on the Nexus tower. Nobody can get there. Definitely is just running back. He's got the strut. Given gonna get stunned up. Nexus turret number 1 falls as Overcomer in a little bit of trouble. Getting autoed very slowly down by Red Wheelbarrow. Now the damage coming through as First Time Sono eventually take him down. Both Nexus towers are dead. Just Trust Me Mate in, looking for the MF. That could be the critical kill. He's in, gets the kill. 850 gold on the shutdown for him while he gets counter shut down by Kayn. But the team is pushing. They're gonna grab the inhibitor tower in mid lane. Ornhorn over the top, just going to knock up the bottom lane of Outlaws, but they'll walk it out. 2 inhibitors down, 2 Nexus turrets down. Exposed Nexus. Now, as the Outlaws have an ability to close out the game without having to fight. Alright, Deathly's going to respawn here in a couple of seconds. Bandits are in a rough spot. They can't leave Garen alone for any amount of time because there's nothing left to give him. There's an Elder Dragon spawning in 30 seconds that everybody's headed toward, but this could be the opening that they need with the super minions pushing in. They actually didn't get that inhibitor in mid, or it respawned during the time. I'm not really sure how that all happened. But there is an inhibitor alive in mid, so there's only one wave of super minions to contend with. It's in bottom. They can maybe push that one out with 10 seconds to go on this Elder spawn. Just Trust Me Mate is not interested in Elder Dragons. He is looking for the backdoor opportunity, it looks like, as he heads through the Barrenside jungle. There's no Bork on Ashe, so this is just really slow, and the AoE is going to be pretty bad. Ooh. Okay, they were going to intercept Garen here in the mid lane. Slow from Deathly as I'm Trouble tries to circle back. Dragon is still maybe in trouble. He's just on Deathly. He executes him before anything can happen. The Elder Dragon goes the way of Given. They get 1 execution. Now he's spinning down. Can he get him below 25% health? That's all that matters. Has the Phantom Dancer procced. Needs his team as he starts on the Nexus. Trying to get it done. The taunt from Oath. They're trying to knock him up. They're trying to kill him, but Oath takes too much damage. The healing from Death's Dance. Just Trust Me Mate fighting his way through the Ornn. First Time Sona's here. They finally kill off the Garen, but here comes comes the cavalry as they dive in. 1 kill already to the Outlaws and 2 kills will finish off the Nexus in game number 3. That was a game. We watched a game of League of Legends. It's 2-1 now, and Outlaws have figured out that their win con is to just not play the game, I guess. Uh, Given was actually pretty strong. They could have played that out any other different way, and it would have probably been okay. But boy, I don't know. I don't want to analyze that. Don't make me, please. We'll be right back. With game number 4. Kato, I'm calling you, by the way.
Hello?
Hello.
How goes it, Summoner?
It's going. Let me send you these replays.
Yeah, that game was pretty nuts.
Yeah. All of their games have been like that.
Yeah, I saw the first two. And just trust me, mate. Is that what the guy's name is? Top lane?
Yeah.
That guy. It's nuts to me that he gets massive, insane leads in the Tryndamere game and the Camille game, and isn't able to make anything happen. But give the man Garen with Ignite, and he will just split you to death, I guess.
Yeah, I think the biggest difference is that he was able to plow through the towers earlier and give his team more space on the map. Like, he's objectively just not playing with his team, right? I don't think you expect him to do what like Parry Diff does and get a massive lead and then like actually contribute to his team. But yeah, I don't know why I guess the Garen worked better because it scaled earlier so he could kill more things faster.
I couldn't tell you. I don't know, man. That was nuts.
Regardless, he's exactly the top laner I would hate to play against. Anyway, you should have a couple of files. The first one will be that game 4, and then yeah.
Alright, I am loading up game 4. I'll set the other ones to download.
Oh no. Alright.
Oh no?
Yeah.
Alright, well I have it loaded up whenever.
I wanted to check the elo. Oh yeah, just trust me, mate is like a level 40 account. I'm sure that because of the type of player he is, his main was banned or something.
What do you mean? Tryndamere players are known for being the most honorable summoners in the game, right? I've never been flamed by a Tryndamere player.
Silver 1, 51%, and I'm Trouble Silver 4, 50%? Okay. That doesn't feel like that big of a gap.
Definitely not, but you know, those level 40 accounts can be a little sneaky sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the guy's gotten a massive lead in every single game that they've played so far. It's just, you know, in that one, it seemed like the rest of his team didn't run it down too hard. You know, at least his jungler was relevant.
I was gonna say, I think Deathly and Oath are the 2 highest ranked players at Gold 3, and everybody else is just in between Silver 4 and Gold 3. But alright, let me fix this scoreboard and then we can start.
Sounds good. Based on the macro shown, I'm not certain it was a challenger player, but maybe.
He's had a Flame Horizon every game, and they're 1-2, so I don't know what that really says.
Yeah.
Um, he almost had the double Flame Horizon in game number 2, and that one was probably the least close. Anyway,
I feel like sometimes it says more about your ability if you're fed out of your mind on a split pusher and not able to close out the game, um, than just you getting the lead. But I don't know.
welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 4 between the Outlaws and the Bandits. Um, yeah, game number 3 was special. We saw Just Trust Me make it super fed on Garen and split push his way to victory, which he hadn't been able to do in game number 2, and we've been talking about it this entire break ever since. Uh, Joining me now is Aikido. Thank you for saving me from yelling at my screen by myself for a 4th consecutive game.
For sure, I knew the wife enjoys watching you talk to yourself, but but no, glad to be here.
All right, I'll count it down then. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, on the blue side of the rift, a second elimination game in a row, looking to start the reverse sweep, are the Outlaws. In the top lane, Just Trust Me Mate is playing Kale, which I have some feelings about. Given32 in the jungle on HOhm, reprising his role. First time Sona not on Malzahar is playing Karma in mid, and then Red Wheelbarrow and Tainted Red 96 are playing MF and Soraka.
It might be interrupted here as they're already looking in for an invade, but on the red side we have the Bandits with I'm Trouble, top lane on the Shen, Dream Unforgiven on the Vi jungle, Oath playing Lux mid, I believe you played that earlier in the series,
Yep.
and then Defly and Overcomer playing the Draven Leona bot lane. Very high pressure bot lane can be really scary, and one team's invading as 5, the other one's stacking there. They
Yeah,
were
they
on the bush by red, but now over by Raids, and they're gonna get spotted out.
yeah, they sent their top laner to top lane, and they're going to have to give up some of this space. A couple of words dropped there in the battle bush, and everybody gonna back off for now. So
Do you
yeah,
have
we
chat
saw.
on or no?
No, I don't.
Oh, okay, sorry. The chat's it's just funny. Go ahead.
Cringe. You're playing Kale, winky face. Counter winky face. You're playing Draven, other winky face. All right.
Yeah, no, they're going at each other. Words
That's
have been.
big bants. Yeah.
Uh,
Um, kind of
so
interesting.
Kale,
Yeah,
go
Kale.
ahead.
Um, I was gonna say just the Vi is back. It was game number 1 for Dream Unforgiven. Oath played Lux in game number 1. So going back to some of their original strategies, I believe I'm Trouble even played Shen in game number 1. So this is almost their game 1 comp, minus they had Caitlyn. I don't remember.
That sounds about right.
It was a more generic AD carry for Deathly. Instead, he's on the Draven, and already level 1 for Overcomer. They're going in. Red Wheelbarrow takes not really a chunk. It's actually a better trade for Outlaws.
Yeah, and unfortunately on a melee champion like the Leona, your HP bar is a resource, and once you lose out on the HP early, it just sort of affects how hard you can go, how much pressure you can apply in this lane, so that trade might hamper their ability to really be aggressive here in the bottom lane. But already favorable trades here out of the top lane Kale.
Yeah, the
Oh, oh
PTA
no.
actually really helping out. I'm Trouble, forced to flash away. He has the Spirit's Refuge, but that's going to fade. Gets a little shield from his Q. It doesn't have taunt right now, which is honestly pretty tragic. It means that you can't trade back
Oh
whatsoever.
no, you can't walk up. Oh. And walking up for that melee minion and unfortunately loses about 100 health for it. Um, Already great trades coming out from the Kale. Kale is a pick that has been seeing a bit more play recently. With buff a couple patches back, changing her E to no longer cost mana, as well as increasing the missile speed. Means that she has a few more tools here in the early and mid game to punish. And, even into someone as strong in lane as Shen, already Just Trust Me Mate is doing pretty well.
Yeah, I think he's kind of taking advantage of the fact that I'm Trouble's going to be a little bit tentative, scared after these last couple of games have not gone his way. And the PTA is not the normal keystone that you'll see out of the KO, but it's going to give a lot more early game power. I'm just kind of interested to see how it'll do. I don't I don't like the pick given what I said about what's happened. I do like ganking the Kale. I am curious if they'll finally find a successful gank up here on top lane as the Vault Breaker comes in, the slow from the red buff. Not going to be able to find too much more, but they get the flash out of just Trust Me Mate, and he's going to have to play a little bit more honestly up in that top lane.
Yeah, especially for a champion like this Kale that's not all that strong early and really needs levels and gold to be relevant in that mid game. It's the type of champion that you really don't want to fall behind on because it's hard to get back into the game. So already, Dream Unforgiven applying some pressure up here, burning the flash is good. And I suppose since the camera moved away, not a whole lot going on there. Oh,
Oh, he's really low. The E
oh,
coming back up. Oh, not quite there. I'm trouble able to squeak out.
yeah, just barely. Um, And even after the gank, still a positive trade there from the Kale, even without Flash. Both players are going to get a recall here. Let's just take a quick peek at that wave. The wave is slow pushing back into Kale, so Kale is feeling pretty good about herself. Has that, has a potential freeze if she wants it. Either way, I'm Trouble not feeling too good about having to walk all the way up to contest that wave.
Yeah, I'm also quite happy with Dream Unforgiven. We haven't seen either jungler opt to do anything before level 6 in pretty much any game in this series. So I think it's good to mix in at least some early pressure. I hope that he'll go up there during the duration of that flash being down, but we'll see what choices he wants to make.
For sure. If they're able to set behind just Trust Me Mate, who has been in every single game this entire series, sort of the win condition for Outlaws, I think that that could be really impactful to the outcome of this game. You know, just try and set them back a little bit, make him feel a little less comfortable. Um, to see what he's able to do. But as it is, the Kale has a CS lead. Those waves are even, so that is a true CS lead of one wave already. So feeling pretty good.
Yeah,
Interestingly enough, first time Sona played Malzahar every single game so far this series. This time around, on the Karma, and appears to be opting for the Athene's build, um, which is interesting. You know, you don't do a whole lot other than, you know, you're basically a second support at that point, right?
yeah.
But can be pretty effective if you have other people around you to beef up, you know, like the Kale, like the HOhm. So something to keep track of here.
Yeah, I'm really curious if that means that we're going to see kind of a paradigm shift from the Outlaws, if they're going to look to play some team fights, especially with their like Kale Karma combo now. You'll even probably get some supportive items from Tainted Red. You could really buff up this Kale in those team fights, but as a solo split pusher is going to be a lot less effective than all of the other picks that we've seen.
Absolutely. Sort of opting into the support playstyle means that Kale has to sort of play with the team at least a little bit to make sure that those items aren't wasted. Um, the Karma, though, sometimes will go the Athenes into Ardent. Sometimes I believe I've seen Athenes straight into Deathcap.
Yeah,
Um,
Athene's
so
is actually just insanely gold effective
it's a
as an
really good
item.
item.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I've even seen it rushed on Lux every once in a while, and then into the Death Cap, like you meant. Like it's actually just a really good item, pretty much regardless of what you want to do. Anyway, Dragon started up and actually just secured off screen. There was no setup for that. There's no real wave priority other than I guess a shoving wave mid for Oath to go down there.
And it looks like Red Wheelbarrow had been on a reset there, so you know that early prio in the bottom lane from the Draven Leona sort of leads to a dragon, although to be honest, if the wave was even, I'm not sure if anyone would have walked up and contested her anyway. And she even cleared a pink on that, right? Like she
Yeah,
was on vision. We watched her clear a pink.
yeah, or put that pink down on the vision because you can see the word in the pit. Like it was definitely known. And just not really responded to. Given's still looking for his level 6 on that HOhm, which is when we started to see him make an impact last game. He got that free kill in mid lane when he walked through on Oath, and then had a pretty decent game, all things considered. Uh,
Oh, do you see this lane swap? They
yeah,
already reset
that's
their bottom lane to throw them top into the Kale, so perhaps trying to keep him down. Shen, I don't think he wants to be in this duo lane. Bottom lane turrets have less armor and less resistances than any other turret, so This is sort of an opportunity for Outlaws to push up here and take down plates. I don't know why MF is so
Oh,
scared.
Given's here. They're going to go ahead and blow the Kale ult. Oh, the kick actually knocked Deathly out of the range of the Kale ult, but now the Onslaught of Shadows veers him back in. Deathly really low. It's first blood to the Kale, but Oath trying to turn this one back around. Light Binding sails just a little bit wide. Has the shield coming back, but Given is just a monster. But the final Spark will trade that one back. Overcomer now dueling with Given. The junglers come up. Dream Unforgiven lands the Vault Breaker. They're trying to chunk through Given into the Assault and Battery. Red Smite came through. They'll finally finish him off as Overcomer is able to take him down and then follow the Zenith Blade through onto First Time Sona. Couple more flashes expended. The heal from the Mantra W is actually really nice from First Time Sona. Now a counter teleport from Just Trust Me Mate as he's able to respawn and fly back in. He's chasing down. Does he have a slow for Overcomer?
Draven's
He wants
here
those
again.
double buffs, but Draven's here
Oh.
as he gets red smited. He gets turned on. Definitely finds the kill and the cash out on the Draven. It's not really a cash out. He lost most of his stacks, but
It looked like a play that could be in favor of the Outlaws, as they were the proactive players up there. They went up there, they took their jungler and tried to make a play onto the duo lane. And it traded pretty evenly until Oath came in, got the teleport, and then after everything, Just Trust Me Mate TP's back in, gets a little bit thirsty for that kill, and just feeds over another kill. And now we're looking at a gold lead for Bandits, even after a lane swap that probably wasn't wasn't the best lane swap in the world. It's the sort of lane swap that should be punished. If Red Wheelbarrow and Tainted Red had stayed in that bottom lane, had pressured the Shen out, and really hit that turret. Bottom lane turrets take more damage than any other turret on the map. They could have already destroyed that
Given's
turret.
looking for Oath and mid. Light Binding's going to land on him, but he still gets a devastating charge through. Slow, plus nice flash over the wall, so Oath's out to safety. I was going to say, I don't know that it necessarily doesn't accomplish what Bandits want anyway, though. They just want to force back the Kale. They want to keep Kale down is the only goal I think that they have. If Shen gets any farm, that's a bonus, I think, at that point. So maybe losing the tower in exchange for the Kale, I think that's worth it almost for them. Big final Spark over the wall. First Time Sona's low. Auto, not quite enough there. He needs another E, but Hector's on the side. He's got the ult charging in with the devastating charge. He finds the kill.
And back to lane swap, I feel like the issue is that Shen went into it with 27 farm, and if he was pressured under that turret, he can't farm under turret. Whereas I feel like Kale is ranged, has the ultimate, has the heal, should be able to farm a little bit more safely.
Sorry, the Whirling Death from Draven hit Karma on the way back. Took her down, like, there's just a sliver of health. That almost killed her.
Oh, wow. You're right.
I just wanted to point out that little play. It was off screen, I don't know why, but yeah.
And interestingly enough, Bandits have swapped back into this matchup. They really want it. And Vi's hovering. I like that they have the jungler here to protect. And, unfortunately, a couple missed skill shot means that Given's able to make it out alive.
Yeah, but still, the pressure that they're putting on the Kale, she's starting to drop a couple of CS. You can see it at least evened up by Deathly, which I think is the important thing. But at the same time, Red Wheelbarrow's still getting CS up. It's rough. I think it accomplishes what they want. And now they're going to get prio on the Dragon because they're just going to have more people down here.
Yeah, no, they have the 4, and I just don't think the Outlaws has really responded well enough to this. They're not pressuring it the same way that they should be able to, and yeah, that means it's purely positive for Bandits. They're going to be able to get this Dragon. The Shen is getting farm, and Kale's not getting a whole lot. Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely working out for them.
See, the Big Brain wasn't the first swap, it was the counter swap to get them back to bottom lane and in the good matchup.
Yeah, it was the debate. We'll see, though. This dual lane should be able to pressure this turret. Come on, just beat his ass. Why are you so scared? He's on cooldown for like 12 seconds. He can't do anything to you. Oh.
He cleared the wave.
I guess.
Given still
if you let the Shed walk up into melee range of the wave, he will indeed be able to clear it out. Given wants this.
Yeah, Given's hovering bottom. They're looking for this play again. He'll get stunned on the way in. They'll get the Kale ult on top of the devastating charge, but Deathly is still like relatively untouched here in the back. He'll get the Shen ult as well. Stand United for my trouble as he comes in and stands there for a little bit. Vault Breaker not going to really matter, but Given's going to die anyway. And now all 5 members of Bandits are down here in the bottom lane. They're trading this top tower in exchange for this pressure, but they should be able to get the bottom tower at least eventually, especially once the plates fall here in 15 seconds.
Yeah, definitely once the plates fall. And a play that, you want to try and help out your KO, help her out, but unfortunately, Shen is on the other side of the map, is able to TP in, and you sort of wasted your KO ults at the beginning when no one's really dealing damage, and then HOhm lift his ult anyway, so I don't know, just a tragedy here from Outlaws, as nothing's going their way on the map right now.
I just loved that just burst in damage once the plates fell off. They were doing, probably hacking away for like 30, 20, something like that, an auto attack, and then all of a sudden the tower just explodes. But anyway, 4-3 in kills. It's a relatively even gold count, but the dragons I think are the important thing, and maybe even more important is that Shen isn't like otherworldly behind. It's about 1k difference there compared to the Kale.
Yeah, no, considering how this had started, it's not terrible for the Shen. It's not like he's actually able to farm, but
Yeah. Given the
um,
context of this series, it feels okay, though.
yeah, already well on his way to the to that Titanic Hydra, which will give him a little bit more wave clear, a little bit more safety. Um, the other thing that's interesting is this massive CS lead in the jungle, 40 CS, and Vi over HOhm. It's not like HOhm has been, applying a ton more pressure on the map, so that just comes down to efficiency of time, where, these two junglers who both have the chance to power farm, Dream Unforgiven is just doing a better job of really getting that CS.
I feel like part of that is the item build from Given as well. He rushed that
Cinderhulk?
Cinder Hulk again. Once again had the split jungle items followed by Bami's Cinder and then completed. It's a very strange path that just isn't super efficient.
Yeah, and this HOhm, you usually want to rush that Trinity Forge power spike as soon as possible, just because it gives you so much more pressure on the map. With the CDR, with the additional damage, it's just an item that HOhm really loves. And unfortunately, once you go Cinderhulk first, you don't have a whole lot of damage. We saw that in that bottom lane fight where he tried to dive onto the Draven and effectively did 0 damage. All that you're good for with the Cinderhulk is, I suppose, being a front line. And if they were grouping up more at this point in the game, maybe that would make sense. But right now, it just doesn't really seem like it's fitting the way that the game's going.
Yeah, also kind of interesting with these solo lanes assigned mid right now, or the. Boy, I just said a lot of words incorrectly there, right there, Stretch. With the duo lane assigned mid for Outlaws, they're just not really in any positive matchups currently. Like, Oath can wave clear against a duo lane. That isn't really an issue. And then you still have the counter duo lane for Bandits down on the bottom side to counter the Kale potentially. And you get Shen able to farm against that feels like 3 wins basically for Bandits. You need to find some assignment for Outlaws that is going to be positive.
Yeah, no, the lane assignments just haven't been that great, and maybe that was the big brain from Bandits in their initial swap, was to sort of fluster Outlaws, who seem like they don't really know what
Light
to do
Binding
with
gonna
their
land into the final spark, not quite enough damage. Whirling Death comes through, but the barrier Soraka is just a little too tanky. But did get the Wish cooldown, which is very important.
Very important, especially when you're trading it for that Lux cooldown, which really doesn't have a cooldown. Lux will have that up significantly sooner than the Soraka, and that means that they're able to pressure up this wave here as we're turning into a bit of an ARAM. It seems like everyone's just hanging out mid, though the dragon has spawned, so we'll see if they're able to just secure that. Given trying to do his red buff. No one here to help him out with the dragon though, so I'd assume Bandits can just get it.
Yeah, Bandits are trying to pull it out.
I don't know why Draven and Leona. Draven, come down.
Yeah, Given has the ult. He's charging around, gonna charge right into the dragon. It's a 50-50, and it goes to HOhm. The steal for Given. Now they're trying to turn this one back around. Onslaught of Shadows through the flash away from Dream Unforgiven, though. First time Sona gets the Kale ult, but it doesn't really matter. There's an MF ult just on the side for some reason. Given's in a little bit of trouble as he takes the Blast Cone out to safety. Now they'll look to turn. They get the Assault and Battery onto the MF. Red Wheelbarrow taken a little bit low, but healed immediately back up by Tainted Red. It's a 1-for-1 trade across the map right now, as Red Wheelbarrow just actually isn't able to auto-attack at any point during this. Now they're going to turn onto the Soraka, the flash forward Oath. One more auto, but he'll get taken down by the Silence, and another auto from Red Wheelbarrow. I don't know what's happening on the other side of the fight, but somebody died again. Now the kiting back over deftly is here, has the spinning axes, and he'll find a killing spree.
And I suppose it ends up going in favor of Bandits, but they had pressure, they had control of the dragon area. Unfortunately, they just didn't move their people down to help out, which means that Outlaws was able to get in there. Gavin ends up stealing away the dragon, and trading 1 kill for dragon isn't all that bad, considering it ended up what, 3 for 2.
Yeah, honestly, I'd probably take the dragon and the 2 in most situations. So
considering the way that that was set up, and how much Bandits gave it to them, the Outlaws really did sort of make out like Bandits with that outcome. Well, speaking of the Bandits, though, Shen and Vi look like they're on the Herald. I don't think they'll be able to kill it in time. It's going to be close. It despawns in 7 seconds. Oh,
they got it. Nice. Yeah,
Vi dealing tons of damage.
Yeah, the other thing I did want to bring attention to is that Deftly was the one that got 2 of those kills. Look at his gold count right now. He's sitting on 2,000 gold. So he pulls himself just a little bit ahead in that 80 carry matchup. Vi gonna fly in. They're on the first time Sona. Light Binding just a little bit wide there, as Deftly is trying to farm against Just Trust Me Mate, but we've seen this 2v2 before. Kale doesn't have ult. The stun up from the Solar Flare. Now Teleport coming in as Oath is looking to join. Given just kind of left trying to fight Deftly, but that's not going to go his way as they turn on to Just Trust Me Mate. Overcomer lands the Zenith Blade into the stun, into the final spark as Oath takes him down. A really good teleport and a really good delay by Deftly and Overcomer again to bait around, but it is traded back in mid as Outlaws take down the mid tower.
And you're right, that's a 2v2 we've seen twice already, and every single time they either get TP'd on or Shen ulted on, and they just don't seem to learn. They even tried to force that without HOhm ult available. They just don't have the damage right now with that Cinderhulk build, and unfortunately that means another couple kills going over to the side of Bandits, and it sort of sets this Kale even further behind. It's someone that, Just Trust Me Mate has been their win condition, is someone who has been just sort of the rock that has gotten ahead and been able to pull them along. Unfortunately, in this game, that's just not the case. Bandits really taking it to them and doing a good job of keeping that Kale down.
Yeah, it's still only about a 2,000 gold lead currently, and it'd be nice to see them. Again, we haven't seen either team really successfully snowball in this series, but it would be nice to see them really start to put some more gold and some more objectives on the board. They're gathered up mid lane. They have the Herald available. They can get very close to breaking the tower with just Shelly Charge. They'll need a couple more autos to finish it off, though. And it'll get cleaned up. So they got the damage, at least, I guess.
About as good as you. A little cute with the charge there, diving forward. But yeah, no, they should be able to get it on this wave, I'd imagine. There's not a whole lot of wave clear. Or they just...
Oh, they're going to burn the bullet time, but it doesn't matter as the turret's already gone down. Overcomer uses the Solar Flare to try to zone off. They're going to just exchange skill shots across the gap, but the damage is done. That's a mid tower going for the Bandits.
They got what they came for. Now they're looking to reset, spend some of that gold that they have, and keep an eye on Draven's inventory, because that's going to be a finished Infinity Edge coming through.
Oh, Overcomer gets caught on the recall. More autos from Red Wheelbarrow. Doesn't really want to fall because 35 seconds left on that dragon spawn. He gets the flash away. But look at the dragon now. 30 seconds. Kind of a weird little reset here for the Bandits. Outlaws have... Kale can't join. Why is Kale in top lane?
Kale's in top lane, and look at these power spikes, though. Vi has the finished Trinity Force. Draven has the finished Infinity Edge. Even if you have people here, I'm not sure that you can actually contest.
They can't be here.
So far ahead.
They can't be here without Kale. Why are they doing this? Like, I don't know. Shen can join any number of different ways. Just for the record, has his ult, has the teleport available. They're going to force in. I guess it's just going to be another steal from Given.
Oh,
He's looking for
even.
it, charges in.
Oh,
1,000 health. The smite isn't great, but it's able to secure for Dream Unforgiven. And now Hecarim's going to die for his efforts.
and a
Maybe
true
maybe Karma is as
50-50.
well. Auto going to
Yeah.
go down, burn? Not really going to matter. All right.
Gonna be able to get away, but a real 50-50 there is Given somehow with zero pressure on the on the pit, zero help, is able to somehow get in the middle of 5 people and really contest that dragon. Unfortunately, loses out on the 50-50 means that Bandits are now on sole point here in just a few minutes, but yeah, no, just sort of baffling decisions from Outlaws have sort of led them to be slowly, I don't know, bled out of this game.
Yeah, I mean, I guess now it's about a 3,000 gold lead. That is more than the 2,000 we were talking about. So that's something.
And that
Um,
said, Kale spending all that time in the side lane. We're looking at the Flame Horizon. Um, Almost the 2,000 gold lead, just against the Shen. So should be pretty strong on this, right? And Kale is the type of champion that once you hit that mid game, once you hit that late game, can really take over a game. Um, and I guess Outlaws are just putting all the eggs in that basket, really hoping that Kale is going to get far enough ahead.
yeah, it has the finished Nasher's Tooth, which is a nice item to complete. Binding? Ooh. That was a quick little sidestep from Red Wheel Barrow, able to get out to safety there. But set up for Baron from the Bandits. Outlaws looking to pressure in. Again, Kale just not interested in really joining the team. Just up there in top lane, having a good time, I guess.
At least on the same side of the map. So they've identified without teleport, Bandits will just take the Baron. So on the same side of the map. Plus, Karma has the Athenes, has the Ardent Sensors, so can buff this Kale up. This Kale could be a monster in this team fight.
Yeah, you have a second Athenes on Tainted Red, which is a little bit diminishing returns, but oh, they see the ward, but they actually
Is it
can't.
diminishing returns?
I if you I think if you get more than one, it's 50%. But anyway, fight breaks out. Tainted Red in a lot of trouble, going to go down as Given is very low as well. They'll find the Zenith Blade. They'll get the Kale ult onto the Misfortune, trying to kite this one out. Just trust me, mate. Can't find any clearance in here. The bullet time trying to get some distance, but definitely just powers through it with the power of the Shen ult. The light binding a little bit wide. Dream Unforgiven. I don't really know, honestly. He's shut down by Karma, who isn't even in the fight.
Yeah, that was something. But 2 kills going the way of Bandits, and this Draven is just so massive. And with Leona resetting, they can just walk back and pressure this Baron again, keep Outlaws having to walk into them. Unfortunately, there's a ward there. They
And
don't
there's
have
a
a
ward
peek,
there.
they
They
don't
don't
have a
have
sweeper.
smite. Given is closing in. We could see the same thing we saw happen at both of these dragons. Oath is finally here to rejoin. Here comes Overcomer. So the 4-man squad from Bandits have grouped up, but here comes the 4-stack from
Alright, Given.
Outlaws. Given's looking for it.
You win
2,000
these.
health. He goes in,
Oh,
charges
no!
in 2,000. He's way too early. He gets healed, but it's not enough. As Definitely's able to take him down. MF tries to focus the Baron, but she dies. I'm trouble. Gets knocked up. I thought he died, but he's fine. They find 4 kills? 3 kills. It's a couple. Bandits find the Baron and the kills, and now they have a pretty commanding lead in this game.
Yeah, and that's just a tragedy for Outlaws. They walked up. Given was able to get in the pit again. Unfortunately, went in a little bit early. Bandits did a good job of stopping their DPS on the objective, making sure that it wasn't a 50-50. A good turn there. Red Wheelbarrow afterwards decided to walk up and see if she could get some autos off onto the Baron to secure it, but unfortunately falls as well. And with no one else to help out, no frontliners, this Kale, even though she does so much damage, isn't able to do much in these team fights. And
So, you have Baron buff, right? You just won a big climactic fight to get this purple buff. Do you push lanes in and set up your minion waves and pressure while you have the minions' ability to be buffed? Or do you walk
Wow.
into the dragon pit and find a kill anyway? That was...
Wow.
That whirling death did a lot of damage.
All of the global ults coming in and able to pick off the Sirach. Oh
Oh,
my god.
another binding from Oath over the
Oath.
wall. Oh, he's so low. What? All
Oath
right.
is just doing so much damage, and that's the Infernal Soul.
It got
Come on,
smited.
Draven.
It got smited to 21.
If
The
Gaven
dragon
were there, Gaven could have gotten that one
the
too.
dragon got picked up by Overcomer on Leona with an auto attack. Now they have the Baron buff. Now they're gonna just go through mid lane. They have the Infernal Soul as well to just further empower Oath's damage that just has come out of nowhere. He finished
It
his
said
Morellos and now he's thick, I guess.
Kale is 15. Oh my god. It doesn't matter if she's level 15 or not because that Draven just does so much damage. And that's going to be the inhibitor coming over. Unfortunately, at what point can you fight the bandits? They can keep pushing here. They're just so strong.
Yeah, they
Oh,
have
they're
Baron
backing up.
waves. They're
Never
gonna
mind.
just leave it. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they could have forced a fight. Maybe they don't know how far ahead they are, but this Draven is just
I mean,
insanely far ahead and insanely unkillable. Like there's nobody who can dive him and actually kill him.
it's also closing out a best of 5 series. Like, I appreciate them not taking chances, but I wish they would. They're very ahead. Um. Oh my
Oh my
god, that's just
god.
an E.
Oh,
Oh! They hit the whirling death inside the final spark, and they'll find another kill onto Soraka. They'll find the tower as well. 5v4 on the map as they push in with the double, well, not quite the double minion wave because the wave got stopped in mid lane for some reason. But they have the solo minion wave without the Baron buff now pushing in. They're starting to damage some of these Nexus towers. The bullet time over the top, plus the auto attack from Kale is enough to
that's
chunk
level
through.
16.
That's level 16 for Kale. Now the game is over as Outlaws are gonna. No, Bandit flashes over the wall.
Oh,
Overcomer.
engage.
They engage with the onslaught of shadows. They'll find one kill. Given's just walking out the top side.
Oh
The
my
flash in
god.
from Deathly.
Oh.
He's legendary, and the taunt's gonna find Red Wheelbarrow as well. That should be. It might be it. Just trust
Kale
me, mate.
has ult.
Oh, Kale wins this fight. The
Deathly.
Shen ult trying to save him.
Oh my god.
Oath doesn't quite have enough
Definitely
damage to
fucking-
one-shot Kale.
Definitely ran it down there, tried to end, but the Shen ends up saving him. Just trust me, mate, does so much damage now. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's enough just because this Draven and this Lux also deal so much damage. It's it's a battle of titans here between them. And unfortunately there's only one Kale and two massive carries for bandits.
So some recalls for the Bandits. 146 on the Baron, so this will probably be really boring for a while. Maybe they can grab that top tower. They still haven't grabbed tier 1 top.
Well, Dream Unforgiven is in the area. We'll see if she decides to take a detour, spend a little bit of time, hit that turret, and pick up a little bit of that standing gold on the map. As
Alright.
bandits are sort of picking up buffs.
Yeah, Kale has
Setting
the
up vision.
Rage Blade completed. Did want to point out 3 big items for the Kale. I'm Trouble finished up a Sunfire Cape for some reason.
For the wave clear.
For the wave clear that he has Titanic Hydra for, and
Yeah.
it's less efficient now because anyway. We've had that discussion.
I think more interestingly is that you decided to sit on a Giant's Belt when for the same amount of money you can get a Warden's Mail, which gives you Cold Steel, which will slow down that Kale's attack speed and really limit the amount of damage she's able to do for you. I feel like that might be a little bit more efficient, but oh my god.
Yeah, now they've got the tower down, little chunk there onto the
I
Kale.
like
We'll
the
get healed
Karma went the Athenes. Because with that, adding a heal onto the shields, it means that you no longer have to actually block
my
damage
God.
with it. You can just heal damage afterwards.
Yeah. I don't know what the siege was, and apparently they don't either because they're gonna
They were just-
back off to go to Baron here in 10 seconds.
I like it. They were applying pressure and making sure the Outlaws weren't allowed to leave their base before the Baron spawned. That means that they have no vision, and they have to face check this. Given is all alone. There's nobody that even wants to help him out. He's gonna end up face checking this. Oh
Oh
no,
no,
Given. Be
Given.
quick on the R.
This is a
Oh,
tragedy.
press R!
Oh no. Off to the glue factory, and now the Baron in the sights of Bandits.
Oof. Yeah, and Given, unfortunately, just no one there to help him out. The rest of the team was like, no, go ahead, you got it. And unfortunately did not have it. Bandits were able to pick this one up. And I'd imagine 5v4, they have the Baron, they have the Infernal Soul. They should be able to just walk in and end, right?
Yeah, I think I said that multiple times in games 1 and 2, and they didn't, so we'll see how they go. But they're headed in through this top wave. They have supers in the other two waves. Draven is just not with them. Whirling Death was just thrown to throw off the map, I guess? Oh, he was aiming at Kale, I guess. I don't know why you would do that, but he did it. Nexus turret number 1's just dead. Tainted Red's in trouble. They're going to Hecarim ult in with the Kale. That's a lot of damage onto Oath, but it just doesn't matter as they're able to kite this one back away. Now they're going to engage onto Just Trust Me, Mate. A lot of damage coming through, but Vi's the first one to fall. They'll actually take down Leona as well. 2 kills for the Outlaws as they're looking to turn this one back around. Flash in and then back out from Red Wheelbarrow. Oh, the root onto the CC. Just Trust Me, Mate is huge. They're able to kite. The final spark does so much damage, but it doesn't eliminate anybody from the map, and they're getting healed back up by the Kale and the Karma. It's going to be an ace for 1 for the Outlaws, and they hold on to their base such as it is. Maybe this Nexus Tower?
And the Elder
Oh, the
Dragon's
Super
up. They
Minion, what
should
is
be
it
able
doing? Okay, well.
they should be able to get this Elder Dragon. MF can hold it. Just send Kale over to do this Elder. Oh no. Hecarim and Karma are gonna have a hell of a time. No, send Kale. Kale's the only one on your team that does damage. I mean, eventually they should be able to take this down, right?
Yeah. I don't think they're in any danger. Unless they can't get a recall, in which case they're in a lot of danger. But
So,
what? Do I use my team-wide speed boost to get everybody out? I'm gonna flash over the wall.
What was that?
I love these teams. This is great. This is good entertainment. It's not good League of Legends, but it's great entertainment.
So,
I hope
Outlaws.
if they watch that, we're not being super harsh. We're trying to help you guys get better, but also we're kind of mean, and I'm sorry about that. No flame intended. If you want a genuine talk about things, we can have one. We're open to discussion. But anyway, as you were saying.
I don't even know. Outlaws, they got the Elder Drake. They got that ace. They closed the gold lead. It was at about 11,000. Now sitting at just a hair under 5,000. This Kale has a double Flame Horizon the Shen. MF hitting that 3-item power spike. Karma hitting the 3-item power spike. They're sort of hitting these power points where there is a world in which they could continue to win these team fights. You know, they have scaled. I don't know what Bandits are doing. I guess they're just hanging out. Are they waiting for Crab? What are they?
There's not
They're
even
actually
like the
just
warning
hanging
for
out.
Crab. They're just chilling. Yeah.
Anyway, Outlaws, they could win this. You know, it felt like they were really far behind, but after that last win, they're less far behind. The Elder Dragon. They were waiting out the Elder Dragon, of course.
As I note, did I just miss the subscription on this? Like, did it not do the alert thing that it was supposed to do? I don't know. Anyway, thanks for the
if you want to
subscription
test
of
it,
loyalty.
let me know and I'll.
I can test it, like if I log into the thing, but yeah.
Okay. I
Anyway,
think my Prime ends today, so I have to resub at some point.
I don't know. If it was on screen, cool. If it wasn't, I'll fix it. Not that it's like super cool or anything. But anyway,
So you're Kale, right?
I'm Kale. Yeah.
You're against the Shen, Vi, Leona that have been diving you these last couple of team fights where you just haven't been able to auto attack at all. You're looking for a fourth item.
Leandries.
Really? Oh, you got it. Holy shit. I
Uh,
feel like maybe QSS would have been pretty good. Uh, because unfortunately, while you're dead or CC'd, you can't deal any damage. And I don't know who the Leandries is for. I guess Shen. Shen doesn't have
um,
any MR, so like
yeah, I
I
think
think you
like
melt him anyway.
even Guardian Angel wouldn't be too big of a meme. Like
I
Zanya's,
think I
but
think GA you're dead anyway. But I think Zanya's makes sense. QSS makes sense. Um, Even
anyway,
just staying on a stopwatch. I think stopwatch is better than a blasting wand, right?
yeah.
That's okay.
Bandits
Bandits are
headed in.
pressuring back up.
Yeah, siege on. Light binding deadly. Whirling Death, not very deadly apparently. That just didn't really look like it
Oh
hurt.
my
Oh, but
god.
the spinning axes. HOhm looking for the engage. They jump on. They have the Kale ult on top. Oath is almost taken down. He's able to flash away, but he does fall eventually. But they exchange for the Kale. That's so huge. Can they kite this one back out? Red Wheelbarrow auto-attacking from the back. Dream Unforgiven taken down. Double kill. But
Draven.
Deftly is still alive. Deftly tears through. Deftly trying to find first time Sona. Gets the Shen ult.
Oh!
Just powering through. He's on top of the silence. He's got the triple kill. He's kiting out the HOhm. Kind of, such as it is. Oh, they shut down each other. It's a quadra kill for Deftly. And I'm Trouble versus Tainted Red on the map.
Shen, come on, Shen. You can beat the Soraka. Just walk up. Don't be afraid of her.
They have super minions to help. The Nexus. Wait, Kale just
Shen!
left. Why did Kale leave? Shen's gonna auto attack down. This is deadly. This is combat. This is League of Legends. Tainted Red throwing in the star call. It isn't enough. Oh my
Oh.
god. Ah, a 3-1 series win for the Bandits. They are going to survive and advance if the bracket is drawn correctly, which it should be based on their seeding. They're going to play a team called the Vipers, who I know exactly nothing about, but they were the second seed. Uh, 3-1. We saw 4 games.
We did. We
We
did.
did.
They were pretty good games. Bandits at the end of the day able to take it out a little bit more consistent, with their play, able to get those gold leads across the map, and really did a good job this game of making sure that Kale didn't get monstrously ahead, as just trust me mate has in the previously in the series. So good adaptation by them, and well done.
Big shout out to Oath of Loyalty, both for his 4 game performance across this, but also for his sub and gift sub to the channel. Thank you so much. Um, but yeah, those were some games. I really enjoyed casting them. They were a little bit insane, and also melted my brain just a little bit. So we're gonna take a short break here, and we'll be back with the ROTM Gold Series against the Home Wreckers. So don't go anywhere. You won't want to miss that. I'll have to change back to the ROTM stuff. One last look at the bracket. And I think the alerts just aren't alerting. I'm gonna log in really quick and see if I can fix that. Because I put so much time into setting them up. That's kind of a meme. Alert box. says it's on for subscriptions.
As the streamer, does it give you like a list of people's points? Like, do you know where people are at or
I
no?
don't think I have a list of people's points. Um, how many points does it cost? I have no idea. I set these things and then I forgot about them. And if I click on them, it just says that I have infinity points. Oh, there we go.
So I think it costs
Okay,
7K.
7,000 for a cast. Yeah.
I'm at 6.4K. Um, so I'm getting close, but I think I've only missed like one middle stick stream, maybe two. So
So
I'd
that's
be
weird. So
surprised if there are people higher.
I can definitely see the thing. I wonder if Prime subs just don't alert for some reason. What is a Streamlabs Prime gift? I don't think that's it. Donations. Oh, not donations. Subscriptions. Enabled. Yeah, it's all enabled, and I can see it when I do the test that they have. And I know the follow works, and it's the exact same thing. I wonder if I go to recent events if they're in there? What if I replay it? Oh, yeah. That's weird. Okay, I'm just gonna play them for the start of this game. Let me fix the scoreboard. HOhm Wreckers. Do we have any idea what their logo looks like?
Maybe like the Omrecker item, do you think?
I think it's involved, but I'm not 100%. I guess I'll have to
Let me check the
open
website.
up the website like some sort of
I know.
plebeian. Yeah.
Imagine. I can't.
Split info, rosters, gold. The HOhm Wreckers.
It's a home with an explosion and then the Omrecker coming out of it. So.
Yeah. So what would you say the dominant color is? Like blue, probably?
I'd say blue or purple.
I have. Oh, we have GSM for purple. It's like a light. Ah, that looks nice. Very aesthetic. Okay. So if I transition here, and then I can play that, it didn't do anything. Crazy. But I can play Matsuro's. So I can play the gift sub, but I can't play the prime? Can I play Ikados?
Do you hate prime subs?
Play Ikados. Nope. Oh, there it is. Oh, everything's just queued up now. Alright, well. Or did it only do oaths? Oh, there it is.
Is it cut off at the top?
I think the very top of his head is, because of the way it got cut off in Streamlabs. It's not
her head. Come on.
Oh, her head. Beatrice. Excuse me. My bad. Those might just play for a while. I don't know how many I did. All right. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Game number 1 of Gold Division Week 8 between Return of the Middle Sticks Gold and the HOhm Wreckers. My name is Meristematic, which you're probably familiar with if you're on the stream. My guest today is Ikato, and let's do a thing. You ready?
Always. All
right, in 3, 2, 1, go. All All right, on the bottom side of the rift, wearing the blue health bars for game number 1, will be Return of the Middle Six Gold. Dyslexic is in the top lane playing Gangplank. Gid Shadeslayer in the jungle on his Earthwick. I Sinister in mid playing Syndra. And Ryan Frugi and Rye Sunrise in the bottom lane playing Caitlyn and Thresh.
On the red side, we have the home wreckers with Slim 13 Richie in the top lane on the Swain, Swag is Stupid on the set jungle, Exvious, I don't even know how to say that, is Fizz in the mid lane, and then B Pots and Meaty Mitts on the Ashe Braum bottom lane, as we already see.
Oh, an
It's
invade
invade.
coming in. Rise Sunrise has the hook available. Potentially, there it is. Just a little
Ooh.
dodge from Meaty Mitts. Shout out. Did want to shout out specifically Homewreckers, B-Pots and Meaty Mitts, big hearts. B-Pots designed our like intro screen and a couple of our like the Twitter bug and the Twitch bug and things like that. He's helped us with some graphic design and stuff, so shout out B-Pots. And then Meaty Mitts is an original LKC member, was also a member of the admin team for a while. But big hearts to B-Pots and Meaty Mitts on Homewreckers. Um, yeah, I don't know about their mid laner, XYZvius, but I don't know.
XDs? X.
I don't know what word it's trying to be is the big issue, right?
Exvious?
Anyone who watched the cast, what did the GRLCS casters go with? Because I think we'll actually default to them for once.
Do you think that they know, or do you think that they just winged it too?
I'm imagining they just wing it, but if they wing it one way and we wing it the same way and we get corrected, it's not our fault, it's their fault.
You know, at the end of the day, I think it's
The
I
hook
think
from Rise
it's
Sunrise,
players' fault.
sidestep by B-Pots. A couple more autos, not going to find it though under Rise Sunrise. So, Rye is the starting mid laner for Crimson Ravens that Frugi and Sinister play with. So some inbuilt synergy even though he is a sub. That's all the info I really have to drop, honestly. There's some phase rushes in this game, which is kind of neat.
Kind of neat. I mean, it's sort of the rune that has taken over. If your champion can go phase rush, you probably do go phase rush.
I hate
It's just
saying it the way they said it, which is Exvious? Okay.
Exvious?
That's what you said, right? Oh, the
I
barrel.
don't even know, man.
Rise Sunrise gonna go ahead and flay back as Swag is Stupid, looking to close the gap. Couple of autos, they'll get the Braum passive and they'll take him down for first blood. So B-Pots secures the 400 gold on the Ashe, and Slip Richie's been really forced back in this Gangplank versus Swain matchup, which I thought was quite a bit better for Swain, but off to a rough start so far with some pressure from Gid.
Yeah, honestly unsure of how this matchup, Swain's top hasn't been a thing for quite a while. Seen a little bit of a resurgence in Swain, but usually in the bottom lane.
Oh,
So
Sinister
Ooh.
and Gid are both here trying to recollapse on Xevious and Swag is Stupid. Xevious gets taken very low. The orb not quite going to connect. Swag is Stupid still autoing through, but not going to take that full trade. So it's the flash on the Fizz. I guess in exchange for nothing. So good heads up by Sinister to go ahead and join up with his jungler for that 2v2.
And well done by Gid to be there. Saw the set try and force the play, was there to counter gank it, and we'll get a crab for his troubles. And with this thresh pressure, might be able to just double crab the set for free, which the set's early clear isn't that fast. He likes to be able to do the crab for the XP, so he's going to be a little sad if he gets double crabbed. He's going to face check thresh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Flay back in, hook over the wall, going to
Oh!
land. Can Gid get in? He's gonna flash in. I guess Rye's only level 2, so he doesn't have the lantern available. Taken low as he's fleeing away from the Warwick, who is very scary. And it's a kill for ROTM. That was really nicely played.
Yeah, really well done. And that hook catching the set flash. Well done by Rise Sunrise. And a heads up play to be in that area to help his jungler secure that second crab. Already really good here from ROTM Gold as they're looking at a lead of about 300 gold. So not too much yet, but I still like the plays that they're looking for so far.
Yeah, the big unfortunate thing right now is that Fergie's going to be sitting on just a Cull as his accessory item, and B-Pots has the Caulfield's Warhammer. So I think that that'll be an opportunity for homewreckers to find some pressure, as well as Xevious hitting level 6 on the Fizz. It almost doesn't matter what items you have. When you hit level 6 on Fizz, you can find somebody to kill.
Fizz is notorious for at level 6 being able to just full combo you underneath your own tower.
Oh, Gid's going to find
Ooh.
Swagga Stupid again. I really like this pressure that Rye and Gid have been putting on so far. And again, Swagga Stupid forced out of the river. And maybe priority on this dragon. We'll see what they want to go with. Rye hanging out over the wall. Ward from Meaty Mitz. He's forced to flash away, respecting the hook ahead of time as opposed to too late. So that's good.
Yeah, no, playing very safely there. And honestly, I'm uncertain why Swagga Stupid was even there to get pressured off. You know, there wasn't a crab there. Were they trying to pressure a dragon this early? I don't think Set can really take it, especially when you're level 3. You know, he just needs to buckle down and farm some of his camps. He's just so far behind
He
right now.
might have been trying to wrap around mid because Sinister was a little bit pushed. I don't know for sure. I couldn't tell you, not in comms, but...
Yeah. Unfortunately for him, he found the entire RotM team and was pretty effectively pushed off of that play and is just really far behind in terms of XP. Just hit level 4 off that golem camp. Started red buff, so if he wants to keep clearing, he has to cross over to the other side of his map and then walk back for his red buff. Just not at all efficient pathing. Is going to be really far behind in XP. Gid going to be able to pick up the dragon here with this pressure from his bottom lane. I assume.
Yeah,
Although
he's...
Syndra was on recall, so maybe Fizz can come over and pressure this. Fizz
Ooh,
has
yeah.
ult.
He'll grab the dragon so far, but Rye is in a lot of trouble.
Oh my
The
god.
Gangplank ult is doing so much damage across all of this, though. Gid's going to be the first victim of the fight, but here's Syndra. Hits the Scatter of the Weak. They'll trade one back. Now Xevious on top. He'll get the double kill, but it's exchanged as Frugi's able to knock him down with the Caitlyn. So that's a 2-for-2, kind of a messy fight, or 2-for-1? No, it was 2. Gid died first. 2-for-2 around the dragon pit, but the dragon goes to ROTM, so basically nothing gained. It's just some gold on Fizz.
Yeah, and Fizz, I feel like could have done so much more in that team fight. Unfortunately, gets 3 points with that field goal in the ultimate, just not able to find it on anyone. And you know, that was an opportunity. RTM sort of pressured that while Sinister was in base, and unfortunately for home wreckers, just aren't able to punish that enough. That said, we're looking at this top lane, and the Swain trades are starting to come back in. It seems like when lands his abilities, does a lot of damage, and
Yeah, he's got the bird
Dyslexic is
bomb
worried.
available if he wants it, but... Oh,
He has
gonna flash
what?
in for the... Oh! The hand
Wow.
plus the grasp auto was enough to take down Dyslexic in the 1v1. Swain is really deadly when he gets that catalyst. When he hits that Roa power spike, this actually might be a pretty rough lane for Dyslexic until he gets a couple of items under his belt now. I like the look.
I like that Richie there was confident enough with the Swain damage that he didn't use his ultimate. He didn't need it. He just needed that flash Q auto, and he knew that. I 100% would have used my ult. I just don't know Swain damage that well. I'm surprised that he was able to pick it up without it, and well done to him. Able to maintain pressure here by maintaining that ult. It means that it'll be difficult for anyone to force onto him.
Couple of nice
That he
barrels
is a
from
little low.
Dyslexic. Yeah, he's 2 levels ahead right now, but probably needs a back before too long just to get some mana, if nothing else. Swagga Stupid's going to take his blue buff in order to try to stay in the game. Stuck at level 5 right now isn't the best spot for the set, and he's even looking for a bot lane gank.
There's nothing to farm on the map. It's 9.5 minutes. He's gonna be stuck at level 5 forever.
Hook from Rise Sunrise. Not quite onto the
Ooh.
trap. That was a good position, I thought, but Meaty Mit's able to somehow come to his senses before getting dragged over that. And Swagga Stupid cancels his recall in order to run into the bot lane to try to assist. Just getting, like, you talk about it every once in a while, about time being a really big resource for junglers. And this is just such a huge waste of time for him.
Yeah, it's really tragic because he could have been farming these top camps, and unfortunately for him, he's down at least a full level on Gid. Gid has been pretty efficient is picking up the Rift Herald here, which, is the only other factor. That Ash ult,
Ooh,
oh my god.
the Ashult
Oh,
and the Chum the Waters both sidestepped there by Sinister, and he'll consider himself lucky. Didn't think he needed the cleanse, opted for teleport this game, and didn't need it as he's on point with the dodges. Gid picks up the Herald, heads into the top lane to try to clear with his Tiamat, and they'll get a couple of turret plates for Dyslexic just to try to get him closer to that power spike. But Swag is Stupid's here, the 2v2, but Slim Richie doesn't have any mana, and he's got enough to pop the Bird Bomb. Headed in, just giving him the suck for a little bit. Get some autos down onto Dyslexic,
no
but he's got
support.
nothing else. He just needs the claw. Not going to be able to pop it.
And Swag is Stupid was just not on the same page at all. Was staying back trying to get rid of the Herald, and it means that Richie ends up blowing the ult for nothing really. I guess pressures them back off of it, but it's a couple plates in the pockets of ROTM now, looking at about 1,000 gold lead.
Yeah, and Swag is Stupid as a result of that actually has a small level advantage on Gid, now finally hitting level 7, so
Yeah.
I don't know how that...
fun.
Yeah.
It's because he ate that crashing wave. There were like 2 or 3 waves crashing top lane. And since Richie ran out of it, he got basically solo XP for it.
Yeah. Jungle's fun, by the way. Right, Sunrise. I like how much pressure he's applying in this lane. And it's leading to a pretty good CS lead here for the Caitlyn. Normally expect Caitlyn to be pretty lane dominant. However, Ashe is one of the few champions that should be able to match her pressure in the early game. And this game, that just has not been the case.
Wait, he didn't have a charge. I just took that cannon minion. Anyway, Swag is Stupid's here. Gets the ult down. Can Caitlyn actually successfully grab the lantern? He cannot. Really nicely played by Swag is Stupid and Meaty Mitts to stand on the lantern, but the counter hook from Rai Sunrise into the infinite duress as Rai takes the kill. Flash away from Meaty Mitts as he tries to get away, but the stun from Eye Sinister lands. He needs another Q. Gid's gonna take the kill with the Jaws of... I think it's Jaws of Death? That sounds right. It's a Q.
Is that right? Jaws of the Beast.
Of the
close
Beast.
though.
Death, the Beast, same thing.
Basically the same thing. I'd say they're practically synonyms.
It's a 1,500 gold lead for RTM. They're gonna swing onto the dragon now, and it shouldn't really be contestable for Homewreckers.
Yeah, no, they should be able to pick that up. That'll be the second dragon going the way of ROTM. On track for about a 24-minute soul, so should be feeling pretty good. And that Mountain Drake is really nice, actually, because champions like the Warwick usually don't build a ton of resistances early. Mountain Drakes can help out with that, and it makes champions like the Fizz, who are usually operating on a pretty thin margin of kill pressure. A little bit of extra resistances can go a long way to, stopping the Fizz from having as much success as you might otherwise.
Yeah, Dyslexic really getting pushed in. I want to see Swag is Stupid make a positive play on this set. They got the kill in the bottom lane, but it got turned around on. I just want to see him be a little bit more active, especially with his flash up. He's got that opportunity to get some really nasty face breakers. Just want to see some of these CC combos come through for Homewreckers right now. But for RTM, feels like they're playing pretty well. About 1,000 gold lead. Would be nice if Dyslexic could have a little bit more fun of a lane phase.
Ooh.
Chum the Water's going to hit. Xevious goes in. Tries to chunk through Sinister. Has the Ignite and the dash through. That was really cleanly played. Doesn't even have to expend the flash. Really nicely done by Xevious.
Yeah, Xevious doing a good job, and Sinister, unfortunately, against the Fizz, you have to hold all your abilities until he throws out that troll pole. I can't think of what it's called.
It's called Playful Trickster, which is
Oh,
kind of
yeah.
a dumb name. So troll pole.
See, no one plays Fizz anymore. Ooh.
Oh, the flash hook from Sunrise as Gid is here. Gets the double fear. They're trying to finish off. It'll be the infinite duress onto B-Pots, and one auto from Frugi comes through. But the
Richie's
teleport in from
here.
Slim Richie. He's got the bird bomb available, but now Dyslexic's joined. Got the passive true damage burning. He goes into the stopwatch as Sinister's able to join. Gets the knockback with the EQ, and they'll finish him off as Richie not able to pop that bird bomb. So the damage doesn't get thrown across ROTM, and they can continue this push. Xevious doesn't have ult as he's looking to join from the side. Facebreaker in from Swag is stupid, but not able to find anything. Gid's on the wrong side of life right now as Xevious is able to finish him off. He's got 4 kills, but they lose the turret in the bottom lane. So about a 2,000 gold lead. There's the Ash ult, but it's cleansed away by Dyslexic. They're looking to jump forward onto anybody. Xevious is in stopwatch against a Caitlyn, but there's no trap available. Caitlyn goes down as Set's able to finish him off. Sinister trying to grab the lantern, but it's not available to him. It's a double kill for Swag is stupid. Flash over the wall. He's actually out of there thanks to the Nimbus cloak. Dyslexic maybe looking to track him down, but here's B-Pots getting some autos. Throws one into the Gromp just for fun. Gromp is actually pretty deadly on those first couple auto attacks, but everybody gonna run away from Sir Gromp.
And what a cluster there in the bottom lane as ROTM was able to, make the plays down there, pick up that first turret, and now they're looking at about a 2k gold lead. Well done by them, as everybody was in that bottom lane. What's surprising to me is just how tanky the Swain is with that ultimate. Richie was able to tank up 4 to 5 members there for quite a while, create a ton of space. Unfortunately, just no backup means that he ends up falling, and it's sort of unfortunate just how strong the Swain was in that fight. Just not able to take advantage of that.
Yeah, has the
Home
Roa
Wreckers.
finished up to 5 stacks on it. It's a really strong point in the game for Slim Richie. And now with the stopwatch gone, he's lost that kind of ace in the hole to be able to tank up everything, at least until he finishes Zanya's, which is presumably the next item.
Yeah, Zanya's or Leandri's. I would imagine you want the Zanya's for that playmaking, for that cooldown. But a little bit more
Ult
damage
onto
never hurt.
Sinister as they'll walk forward. Winter's Bite lands and the stun. This is looking pretty textbook as B-Pots will take home that kill with the Ranger's Focus.
And it's just, once you stick your mid laner in a side lane, some of these mid laners can do really well in a side lane, like the Fizz. Syndra can do well, but it's so hard when you're against something like the Ashe and you don't have the cleanse. It's just free
Hook
kills.
gonna land, Lantern in as they find Swag is stupid on his red buff. He's got his smite just to run really fast, and he'll successfully do that. But now looking mid, Rise Sunrise hanging out, looking for some hooks. They're gonna at least force Fizz off of this turret. This is kind of the drawback to Fizz, unfortunately, is you can't really farm super well. Swag is stupid over the wall with a Hex Flash. Hits a big ult as Meaty Mitts and B-Pots collapsing from the bottom. The Chum the Waters doesn't hit anybody though, and the hook lands onto Xevious, but the counter ult from Gid, he's gonna fall first. It's a rampage for Swag is stupid as he'll get pulled just a little bit in off of that Haymaker, a little extra damage onto Frugi, but it's, I guess, a successful pick for Home Wreckers in the mid lane as they take down Gid.
Yeah, a good play on the map. They knew that Sinister was dead, so they rotated enough people mid to just have the numbers and able to pick up a kill onto Gid, and good on them to sort of close out this
Ooh, another hook
gold
onto
lead.
Xevious. Barrel combo, Meaty Mitts pretty low. They're gonna try to kite back. Ace in the hole, not gonna kill because we're not gonna watch it apparently. Sinister has joined the fray. Gid is on his way here. He's the last member of either team to arrive as Frugi tries to kite back away from Slim Richie. Bird Bomb available to him should he choose to use it. Swag is stupid looking for the engage. Not really able to find anything. Kind of a hard team to engage with when you have Chum the Waters down that Home Wreckers have.
And not a ton of go buttons other than, I suppose, that Set just running straight at someone. But not always the most reliable. And RTM is really split here. The Caitlyn's on the side, and if they fight right now, Caitlyn will have trouble putting out any amount of damage.
Yeah, Meaty Mitts is actually able to grab a recall and rejoin the fray before anything can really happen. Gid and Frugi kind of sectioned off on the bottom. Sinister's able to kind of join them. As Gangplank shows down in the bottom lane, they're going to find Gid again. So unstoppable now for Set, I believe, got the kill. Xevious able to dodge out with that playful Trickster, and Dragon going to be started up for Home Wreckers.
Dyslexic has a flank.
He's got the flank. He's got
He's
the
all
barrel.
alone, though.
Is this Bin? No, he's going to get pulled in by the claw. He's going to get stunned up by the Braum, and Meaty Mitts takes him down with the auto attack.
Not an LPL GP means that, unfortunately, without backup, without the rest of his team coordinating with him to pinch her, he's going to go down. And are they going to try and contest this? They don't have Smite.
They have vision over the wall. Frugi's pretty low. They didn't know Sinister was there, but the heal is enough to keep Xevious alive. Sinister still looking for a little bit more, hits the slow. Frugi with the Piltover Peacemaker over the wall, but everybody's going to be able to disengage for Home Wreckers. They're going to find the Earth Dragon.
And Homewrecker's just coming out on top there. Pick up the dragon, pick up a couple of kills. This gold lead that was going pretty far in RotM's favor is now dead even. Um, and all of that off of that Ash ult has just been so instrumental in picking up these early picks. Was able to find out Gid at the beginning of that last fight and give them the numbers advantage. And really well done by Bpots to be able to find these picks. And RotM's just not really respecting it enough.
Yeah, Bpot's sitting on the garage sale build here. The Zeal BF Sword, Caulfield's Warhammer, Zerkereef's Pickaxe build. Unfortunately, not as clean of a power spike as Frugi has right now. So.
What the fuck is that pickaxe? What's the pickaxe doing?
Oh, the ult though, it doesn't matter. He can hit an Ash ult as Frugi's gonna go down. Xevious will take home that kill with the Chum the Waters.
Yeah, this Ash has been just absolutely instrumental in allowing Homewreckers to make plays. Come on, you have numbers, guys. Just stay mid, take that turret. Syndra can't wave clear that alone. You die of her ass. But the support, or I suppose it's not support set, but
yeah,
the fight over vision there. And I guess that they're opting, to even up that mid wave and instead just let Fizz push solo in the bot lane, so he should be able to get some damage down onto that turret. Not the worst in the world.
Yeah, not the fastest pusher right now with the absolutely correct Proto Belt item. Just wanted to point that out. I've seen a lot of really bad Fizz builds recently. And by recently, I mean in my lifetime, I guess, because I've only seen one Fizz recently, and he did a terrible build, but...
Yeah, the Fizzes that are living, in fucking 2014 rushing Lichbane. It's like, come on, guys. We have better items now.
Sometimes you just rush like a GLP. That's wrong. Cena Luden's Echo. That's just really bad.
I think the Korean build right now is like a garage sale, a CDR build early. You pick up like CDR boots, the sit on a Fiendish, and then go Proto Belt.
I could see that. Then you just trade every time your ult's up, which it should be.
Yeah.
Like, it's already faster than most other ults, and now it's even faster. I could see it. That doesn't sound terrible.
You just try and pressure the map as hard as possible with your low ult cooldown. I think it's on the Chinese Super server, there's a Fizz/Cassidon 2 trick who goes that build. It seems pretty effective. So I like the Xevious is, in the same vein, going for, a Proto Belt, which is cheap item, early power spike, lots of damage, lots of burst.
Yeah, plus the extra little bit of mobility is really nice to get into range for some absurd Chum the Waters or scoot yourself off of your
Ash ult.
There's an Ash ult going bottom. It's going to hit Caitlyn.
Caitlyn had flash and cleanse.
Wait.
Wow.
I guess she was really scared of Fizz? Oh, the Chum the Waters was also there.
Yeah,
also
no,
expended.
Fizz threw her ult. Fizz was gonna kill her ass.
Okay. I was like, is that warranted? I guess it is warranted. Alright, so Frugi stays alive in the bottom lane. I don't know about Caitlyn isolated against Fizz, even with that ult down. That sounds kind of rough.
Yeah, I don't... like, literally anybody else, right? Like, you probably just want to stick Gangplank down there. And then stick, like, Syndra against the Swain, maybe?
Oh, and that tower's so low. Oh, but here comes Gid. They're looking for it. He gets the recall. This game's really stalled out here. We got about a minute left on the next Mountain Dragon, which could be a tipping point. It represents soul point for RotM. It represents a nice clean stack for Homewreckers. So I imagine we'll see both teams start to buzz around that here in about 40 seconds.
Yep. Should be able to see. I imagine the next fight's going to be around that. If you're RotM, you want to secure that soul point. Getting to that point implies a lot of pressure onto Homewreckers. If you're Homewreckers, you just want the extra resistances. Deny that dragon. So would expect to see everyone around that.
Bpot's just finished up his Essence Reaver. You have the Zanya's completed as a second item for Xevious, which is really nice. Those are some pretty decent power spikes. Unfortunately for RotM, they don't have a huge completion recently. Slim Richie forced to go into the bird bomb. The Death's Daughter chunking through quite a bit. Slim Richie gonna get stunned up, and the combined ults from Gid and Eye Sinister able to take him down, but Swag is stupid over. Huge face breaker over the top, but they just don't have the damage to follow up. B-Pots is super low. The Ace in the hole chasing as Gid is on the hunt, and he'll take down B-Pots, trying to find Swag is stupid as well. The smite will finish him off, and ROTM has a clean secure on the Baron Pit now, or Dragon Pit. Yeah.
That's everything going in RotM's favors. They're able to be the ones to
Meaty
find
Mitts.
the pick. Oh yeah, Meaty Mitts is probably gonna fall here, right? Yeah, as we watch that in the background, RotM, they were able to be the aggressors, able to be the ones who found the
Oh yeah, Gid's gonna have the speed boost. He can't do anything. Gonna just die to the turret so that there's no extra gold going over.
yeah. He was pretty doomed at that point. But no, well played by RotM. I like that they were able to find that pick, you know, before B-Pots on this Ashe was able to. You know, it's sort of been the home wrecker's best way of engaging is with that Ashe ult. It's set up a lot of plays for him. And
Well,
speaking
there
of
it
the
is.
Ashe ult,
Ashe ult into the Fizz ult, and Sinister is going to die.
yeah, very dead.
Dyslexic gonna get this bottom tower in exchange. Rise in a little bit of trouble, but you get the inner turret in the bottom lane, which is kind of nice. I did want to point out that Slim Richie now has the Zanya's Hourglass. Unfortunately, not up for that big fight. If he'd had that Zanya's, I think that they just turn and they can potentially win that fight with the Bird Bomb. But, you know, now has that completed, picks up a tower for himself. Gold staying, you know, relatively steady here at about a 3,000 lead for ROTM.
And even with all of these picks that the Ashe has been able to find, especially in tandem with the Fizz, unfortunately, the home wreckers haven't really been able to get that much off of it. They haven't really been able to push down turrets. You know, this mid lane turret, they keep getting picks right outside of it, but they're never actually able to push it down, and you know, it just sort of stalls out. You know, they're getting the kills, they're getting that 300 gold, but it feels like it should be worth so much more. In fact, with Ashe on recall, it's RotM that ends up getting the pressure here and is going to be beaten up on that turret, and it'll go down.
Yeah, that feels almost against the run of play that they're able to do that. B-Pots has the ult up again, so we could see another pick attempt. But yeah, they grabbed the mid tower, and that's a huge win for RTM at this point in the game. And Xevious is headed toward mid, not even on that bottom tower. There's just no reply right now from Homewreckers. Oh, except that. There's the pick again.
On cooldown. Sinister really wants to finish up that Zanya's, maybe pick up a QSS, needs something.
Yeah, got his Zanya's now. Hook gonna land on the Meanie Mitts,
think-
but I don't think that they can really do a whole lot.
Can Thresh go Mikhail's?
I mean, he can. I don't know why you wouldn't be able to.
I mean, because he doesn't really have like heals or shields that are affected by it, so you're buying it just for the active. I just wonder if that's something that he can actually go, because if so, I think that could be really important in this game, especially since the Syndra opted not to take the cleanse, and you know, it's very much being taken advantage of right now by the Homewreckers. Though they aren't doing anything off of it.
Yeah, that's the big issue. They keep getting these picks, but there's just no follow-up, no pressure, no...
So what is Ashe building?
You know,
Is that a Lord Dominic's? I feel like it should be an Infinity Edge, but what the fuck is the longsword?
just had an extra 350, knows he'll use a longsword eventually. Cannon Barrage in top lane, they're looking for Slim Richie. Some slows coming up, they get the hook down. He's trying to tank everything up. He's got the Zanyas, has the Bird Bomb
Against
charged up.
Caitlyn.
I don't think anybody, gonna get low enough.
Zanya's against Caitlyn is pretty tragic because it means that you're going to be getting a headshot to the face as soon as you come out of it. So, RotM get the pick, and I like that they're setting up around this Baron. They're applying pressure. You know, they're really trying to do something with this pick, I hope. Oh, I mean, maybe it's just stand in the enemy jungle. But I feel like you can pressure this, right? Even since Swain has TP, like, is he going to TP in with his no ult and flank you guys? I guess they're just wanting to set up for Dragon instead.
Yeah, they get some mid pressure. They're gonna look for Dragon potentially.
30 seconds, so I guess they're just moving their vision down. Which is something. Dyslexic heading towards the top side of the map. Has the teleport. Not quite having that ult up, but should have it up by the time Dragon spawns. And RotM, well, they set up shop here. They
Yeah,
are the first ones here.
everybody's open for business down here. Gid gonna be the first one to try to make a sale, and gonna get rejected, unfortunately.
Ooh.
The Ash ult across the gap into the Glacial Fissure. Xevious is over the wall trying to find that pick.
Oh, wow.
Big stun, though, from Sinister as Gid is just tearing through. They take down B-Pots. Xevious can't find Frugi at the end of this one. He's looking for the kill on the AD carry, but Rye's able to keep him alive, and the ace in the hole finishes him for the shutdown. Meanwhile, on the other side of the fight, it's going just as well for ROTM as Gid and Sinister have found another pick, and the flash away from Swag is Stupid means that Frugi and Rye Sunrise can start up on the Dragon. Dyslexic and was presumably yoinked out of the teleport, not able to join, but Slim Richie couldn't join either.
Yeah, and honestly, really well played team fight by Sinister on the Syndra. After getting picked quite a few times, did a good job there to position to get that 3-man stun, save Gid from getting one shot, and it allowed Gid to dive in, and that means the Mountain Soul over for RotM as well as over 5,000 gold lead. Very strong. They're in a very commanding position, and assuming that they're able to recall and spend this money that they're sitting on, they should be able to pressure around this Baron now.
Yeah, B-Pots trying to clear some vision, just takes a barrel to the face, though. It's a little unfortunate. Frugi is headed for the old double Zeal build on Caitlyn.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I thought we were past that. It means that there's gonna be less damage coming out of the Caitlyn than we would normally expect.
It's not terrible. It's not quite like garage sailing on your Ash. Anyway, fight gonna start up as Gid finds another ult onto Slim Richie. He's in the bird bomb, just trying to do anything that he can. Gid's really low, but he's not gonna fall as they do take down the Swain. The Ash ult coming back is Dyslexic able to cleanse it out with the oranges. Swag is Stupid can't quite find the damage as the front line is collapsing. The front line included Ash for some reason. As Medium, it's just able to tank out that ace in the hole. Gid is so fast! It doesn't really matter. Xevious is not really his target there as the Baron gets started up for ROTM.
In ROTM, they were in the right place to start with and were able to find the damage, find the picks there to secure this Baron for themselves. And everything to the last few minutes have just gone their way. It was an extremely even game, but, showing up first to these objectives, they've done a good job of setting up for them and securing them. And after that Baron, expect them to reset here. They're sitting on a lot of money, but they're just so far ahead now. Yeah, finish PD for the Caitlyn, finish Titanic maybe for Gid. He ended up selling it, so maybe changing his mind. We'll see what he opts for. But they're definitely in a commanding position within this game. The Hex Shrinker for Caitlyn. Really scared of that Fizz. Understandably so. Oh, he sold it. God, I don't know why I talk about anyone's fucking build before they leave base.
Yeah, just wait for him to leave the fountain.
They can't decide, man. I mean, I like the stopwatch more. I was gonna say that he should buy a stopwatch instead of the Hex Shrinker. I like they opted for it. Especially since he already has the PD. PD plus Hex Shrinker,
Yeah.
Is a thing.
Yeah, the PD's gonna help keep him alive.
This pickaxe really is just fucking random. He's going into a Mortal Reminder now. Why did he buy that?
He doesn't know. If you were looking at the chat, he just got it on a whim. It was on sale, $8.75 for a pickaxe. That sounds like a pretty good deal.
Boris got him. Oh,
Gid's found
finding
Xevious.
the Fizz.
I don't know about this 1v1. Apparently Xevious
Fizz has no damage.
is really worried about this. Yeah, he's got the ult just going to dash away. Gid successfully wins the 1v1 against the Fizz. Not the kill yet, but now the 3-man squad.
Just chasing his ass all the way back. You're not allowed to recall. You're going to walk your happy little fish but straight back to the fountain.
The three-man
And
squad successfully sieging against the three-man squad of Homewreckers. Hook gonna
Ooh.
land on a meaty mitts. That's really nice. Even flays him out of the stand behind me. Is it just called stand behind
Yeah,
Braum, or is it?
I
They
think it's
have the
stand behind me,
okay. I like that
right?
better.
It has to be.
Yeah, Sinister gets that kill. Uh, he still has his ultimate available as well. Rise Sunrise maybe caught a little bit here. His Swag's going to turn on some movement speed, hits him with the bop. But Frugi's over the wall. Gid's able to collapse. He's going to try to take the ult out, but he's just stuck there. Did he get body blocked by Gid? That was so big brain. He finds a hook on the Ash as well, and Sinister eliminates B-Pots over the wall. Rai finds another hook onto Slim Richie. Man is scripting. The bird bomb out for Slim Richie. He's just the fish and the bird demon thing. Trying to find this one. Meaty Mit's able to try to rejoin, hits the glacial fissure, but there's just no damage coming through. The bird bomb does quite a bit, but it's not enough to finish anybody off. And the siege continues for ROTM as the Nexus turret's under fire. Can Xevious hold? I don't think so. I don't know why
I
I'm building
think
up
this
that
one's
drama.
RTM just
Flash
securing
play
it.
from Rai. The ult from Gid luckily doesn't take him quite into Fountain this time. Xevious trying to jump in, but it's not going to matter as the Nexus falls and ROTM take game number 1 in 36 minutes.
Yeah, and all of that just it came apart for the Homewreckers at those two dragon fights. The one where Swain was caught first, and then the second one where Sinister was able to get the massive stun off. Um, And it just sort of was downhill from there. They had the lead, unfortunately, just not doing a good enough job of pressuring it. They had to be the ones to be aggressive, to be using that Ash ult to find picks. But even when they found the picks, not able to find much. RotM did a good job of weathering that storm. They were able to find their opportunities, and once they got that lead, they just snowballed, and the game's over. What, 4 minutes later? Really good job by them.
Yeah, shout out to Dyslexic on the support gangplank, 02 and 16. Um, almost
I
had the
like that
Flame
he built the
Horizon.
Leontries though.
Yeah.
That's the big brain Boris build.
Anyway, we're going to take just a short break. We'll be right back with game number 2 between RTM Gold and the Homewreckers. So don't go anywhere. I didn't realize how long all of these games were when I signed up for 4 games again tonight.
Yeah. You need to have an intern look at these games and see how long they are. That way you can schedule it out for yourself.
I guess I'm just spoiled by the Platinum games all ending in like 15 minutes.
See, the beauty of the Platinum games is that they go like 28 minutes, but they're over by 15. So,
I can just brain off, stream off.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, they didn't change sides. I actually just debated myself. Alright.
I like to think that it was just you being proactive. And they let you down, honestly.
Alright, you ready for this one? Uh-oh.
I'm just laughing at chat listening to B-Pots talk about his pickaxe. He bought that early in the game. Maybe just, the little extra AD.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm ready.
Alright. Then in 3, 2, 1. So welcome back. Game number 2 between ROTM and Homewreckers. I realize that ROTM is like a lot larger on the scoreboard, but I'm not going to fix it. Anyway, on the blue side of the rift for game number 2, looking to close out the series, will be Return of the Middlesticks Gold, Dyslexic in the top lane on Ornn, Gid Shadeslayer in the jungle playing Warwick, Sinister on Nico, which I'm very happy to see. He had a monster game on Nico earlier that we casted, and then Frugi back on his Hail of Blades Ash, and Rise Sunrise on Bard.
Yeah, and I like that RotM has been so aggressive with their level 1s. It seems like they're looking for an invade almost every game. But Homewreckers on the red side, we have Slim Richie playing the Mordekaiser in the top lane this time around. Xevious Going into the jungle, playing the Kindred. Swag is stupid. No longer the set jungle. This time around, playing Galio mid. And then B-Pots and Meaty Mitts playing the Lucian Braum, the classic bot lane. And this invade, they're walking all the way through, and there's no one here to find them, or for them to find.
Will they find the Mordekaiser?
Mordekaiser's taking a really safe route.
They know the game plan, I guess. They read the ROTM textbook about early invades and playing safe.
Yeah, who's streaming? Because, well, so Git should be able to pick up this red buff for free. The home wreckers don't know anything about it. They didn't put down any vision, you know, before they vacated that side of the map. And unfortunately for Xevious, that means that he's going to be looking at no red buff, likely, unless he just crosses over. If he has that hard read, if he, you know, sees into the soul of ROTM. And Rise Sunrise just walking through mid lane. I didn't even. What is he?
You know, chimes.
You know, he's making sure that Frugi gets that solo XP. You know, that way he hits that level too early, can't get cheesed out. You know,
Oh no, Gid's here in top lane. The red buff takes him down. The flash for first blood. Gid with the level 2 Warwick gank after 2 camps into the top lane.
And the gig is up now. Xevious should be able to know that Warwick started his red buff, so he's going to cross over. He's going to be seen on this ward. Do you think Gid does blue buff, or does he cancel it and go and try and stop the red? His bot lane has push.
Oh, he even saw the ward with the sweeper.
Yeah, he's taking
Xevious?
so long to clear. Is he doing raids?
He's doing raids.
But you don't get raids and red. Come on, that's a little greedy. I mean, or maybe he gets both. Gid isn't coming.
Yeah, Gid
no one
is
else
just
on RotM
full
is
clearing.
responding. I guess they're just accepting it.
Well, here in 13 seconds, we're going to play the Kindred minigame. Does Mark
Does he
spawn
get
on...
red?
He's just leaving red?
Wait, no, you can do the red and then do the crab as you come out, like because it's
Did
safer.
he think that was red blue top? Did he just not see the one
Warwick
buff
didn't
on
have a
Gid?
blue.
Yeah, did he just not see that?
You know, if he didn't, then that's Richie's fault. That's on Richie
Or
for not
does he
calling
think
it
that
out.
was just like red top lane gank from his side?
I don't.
Because that would be a jungle path for sure.
He's walking back in. No, he wants the red. Bruh, you gotta do it first. See, now you're in their jungle for longer. And, like, if RTM ever wanted to respond to this, they could. Apparently they don't want to. But
Apparently we're going to camp top lane. He walks over a ward. He's headed back for the... Look at the... He's there on the respawn of Krugs. On the second of the respawn of Krugs, Gid is on them.
yeah, maximizing that XP. Kindred doesn't even take the Krugs. You know Warwick's up there, just take the fucking Krugs. Oh, now he's going back and he's gonna kill a level 1 Gromp instead. I mean, Gid's gonna be ahead in XP here, especially if he walks down and takes those rays.
There's nothing interesting happening in the lanes, by the way.
Oh, I honestly haven't been paying attention to the lanes at all. I'm just looking at the minimap.
We've been
He's
checking in on
recalling.
it.
No, take your wolves. Your wolves should spawn. They have extra XP.
Gid's here in top lane. That's a
Oh.
fear back in and another kill for Gid. I mean,
You knew
honestly,
he
my
was
mind
there.
would be
You
blown.
literally knew he was there.
They knew he was there, but he went Krugs and then hung out for a while and then went top lane, or he just cleared all of the Krugs and then went top.
I mean, when your jungler is on the other side of the map, like, Richie just needs to accept, I'm weak side, I'm not allowed to leave my turret. Like, it's not like Dyslexic is freezing this wave against him, right? He's just being greedy contesting that wave. He needs to back up, be like, hey, Kid is just playing around me. I need to just weather this storm, and we'll be okay in a bit. But unfortunately, now down 0-2-0, doesn't have flash, doesn't have teleport, has missed so much experience at this turret. And can't be feeling good about his position in this game so far. Gid has been doing a really good job of keeping him down. You know, splitting the map and, you know, making sure that that Mordekaiser isn't able to get ahead in a matchup that should be pretty Mordekaiser favored.
Yeah, at least early on. We even saw some of those early trades where he was walking forward with the passive up, but Level 6 is in mid. Sinister gonna get taunted up. Swagga Stupid hits the clone.
That's
Or
kind
was
of a
that the real?
cool tech
Yeah.
from Nico. She's able to block. There's a lot of depth that could be used with the Nico clone. I've never. Usually people
Oh
just
no,
throw it
Gid's in
out to be
trouble though.
annoying.
Xevious is gonna find him. But Rise Sunrise is here. They're going to call in the Galio ult. Kindred comes up big, though. Gets the dragon, gets the kill, and now maybe more. Rise Sunrise forced to flash away. Frugi kiting back. Swagga Stupid over the wall. Hits the taunt onto Frugi, but they're not able to find that damage. Dyslexic's in the Sex dungeon, but Richie can't quite find that last bit of damage. He was out. Why'd he go back in?
He was on the wrong side of the map.
Yeah, but he could have walked around through Try. He doesn't have
Uh-huh.
flash. You know he doesn't have flash, so he can't follow.
Yeah, no, eventually might have been able to get out, but
And you have your flash up, like, now? Like, I think
I'm
you're
not
out.
saying it was the right play.
He's got teleport available, so he's not going to be super punished for it, but...
But that's really good for the homewreckers who were sort of falling behind. It was starting to look a little scary. They didn't have a whole lot going for them, but able to find Gid at that dragon, and that's sort of the worry when you're doing a level 4 dragon without your waves prioed. Xevious, face checking Warwick, you're never going to be able to win that trade, but maybe you can beat out Nico.
Yeah, Sinister
Nico
has
has
the
ult.
Pop Blossom, but
Ooh.
it's not enough. It gets executed by the mounting dread from Xevious. Why do I know the Kindred E name?
Well, he has Smite.
He has Smite. He's
And
got a
2
2-level
levels.
advantage. He just gets this. Yeah, that's another
he's-
mark. Is that
Now,
one
bud,
mark?
you have pressure. Just walk into the enemy jungle. No, just walk into the enemy jungle. Warwick shouldn't be allowed to play the game. Come on. He's recalling. Aw. He has the Galio pressure. Nico's in base. I feel like he could have really punished there, but that's okay. He's picking up the warrior, looking for that power spike. Is extremely strong now, and I think it's 2 or 3 marks, at least 2.
It's only one.
What? Did he not have? Does he have no one marked?
I have no idea who he has marked.
He killed Warwick at Dragon. Who the fuck did he mark? If he only has 1 mark.
Ooh, Slim Richie's doing pretty well in these trades now. I like Dyslexic headed for the Abyssal Mask. That's a favorite tank item of mine.
Yeah, especially with Ornn. Ornn just makes it that much more efficient. Gid's only level 5. It's fallen behind in XP.
Ornhorn coming out, gonna get the
Mordekaiser
knockup. He's
just
got the
needs ult.
ultimate available, but not gonna be able to use it.
I
Uses it
don't
on
think
Gid
that's
a little
the
bit too
ult.
late. Yeah.
I think you have to ulti Ornn because he's on cooldown, and then hope that you can conquer procs, survive your way through it, but good for RotM on being able to pick up that kill.
Ashel
Ooh.
just dodged away from by V-Pot's. Now gonna call back across onto Frugi. Frugi's
Ooh.
super low. One more auto. Isn't gonna be there. The minions plus the damage from medium hits from the ignite. Dyslexic is ganked by Xevious, and that'll be a kill in the top lane for the Kindred. So equalized across the map. Just super unlucky there for B-Pots. Not quite able to find that trade, but Frugi manages his distance well enough to get the trade.
Yeah, it's so close. Oh, but yeah, the kill going on to Frugi, as well as a little bit of an XP lead, should mean that he's ahead down here in the bottom lane. Even though when you look at the items, you know that finished cutlass for the Lucian looks pretty good. It's weird that he is up gold, but his inventory looks weaker because he has a recurve bow instead of finishing cutlass.
Yeah. Medium
I wonder which
a
one's
little
better.
careful here. Ooh. The
Maybe
volley
since you're
almost-
Ash, you don't need the slow, because you're slowing anyway.
Uh,
Either way, there's a lot
Goon
of people
squad here
mid.
in mid is Rise Sunrise and Gid looking for that turn onto Swagga Stupid. The Lamb's Respite comes through as Slim Richie teleports in. Now they're going to counter with the Galio ult. Gid is the first one to fall in the fight, but the Ignite should finish off one. But Rise Sunrise has fallen to Slim Richie as well. Eye Sinister not going to be able to find a whole lot as Dyslexic also joins from the top of the fight. B-Pot's even collapsing from the bottom. Everybody converging on mid, but it's going to go the way of Homewreckers.
And for the Homewreckers, I really like the way that they had played that team fight with the Lamb's Respite able to keep the Galio around long enough, stall out for that teleport. as we see the 1v1 here.
Yeah, 1v1 in the Sex Dungeon. Slim Richie has a couple of extra stats, but now it's vanished, and Dyslexic can turn this one back around. Eye Sinister here, not quite able to find that E. A couple more autos. Flash forward for the Bellows Breath, and the Q is actually going to be the killing blow for Dyslexic.
And Xevious down here in the bottom lane, dropping that Herald, going to be trying to pressure this turret. Gid's here to counter, but it's 3 versus 2. Well, they're not going to pressure with it. Both of these junglers have dropped Herald just to get, like, top 2 plates, like the first 2 plates. Like, they're not trying to, you know, really utilize it to, you know, break a turret or, you know, use it after a successful gank to, you know, secure more gold. Instead, just
Ooh.
wanting that guaranteed damage. Oh,
Good
no.
Tempered Fate as they're trying to set this fight. They have no ultimates really right now for the Homewreckers. They're forced to try to kite back away. Gid finds 1 kill as he dives in, but he'll fall. A big stun, though! The triple stun from Nico into the Pop Blossom for the triple kill for Eye Sinister.
Wow, and a play that started out with a bit of anti-synergy with Bard ulting, making sure that nobody gets hit by the Ash ult, but Sinister on the back end of that play, even after Gid is able to get a massive fear, able to pick up those 3 kills, and you know, a lot of that comes down to these long cooldowns that the Homewreckers have that they had just expended mid. That's the Kindred ult and the Galio ult. Without those available, you know, everything goes the way of RotM, and Sinister's gonna be a problem. Very strong now on this Nico.
Yeah, that was a big turn from Sinister, and he's going to be feeling pretty comfortable as a result of that. Blade of the Ruin King finished up for Frugi, and Bpot's unfortunately still looking for that combine cost for it, so just a little bit behind on the Lucian. I think the most unfortunate thing about that play in mid was that the extra kill went on to Meaty Mitts with the Ignite. The Braum not exactly the best recipient of the extra gold. Ryan, Gid hanging around, maybe looking for a magical journey together.
Yeah,
You know,
that'd
the,
require Richie to walk up, and Richie has ultimate. I'm not sure that he can necessarily kill anyone up there during the duration of his ultimate, but it does buy a lot of time if he does end up getting goon squatted.
You know, sometimes you just have like this cosmic god entity and a werewolf just to go on a magical journey together.
I mean, absolutely. Is there name a better duo?
Teleport into mid lane here from Sinister just to kind of reset the wave. Rai just gonna hang around. He hasn't been in bottom lane much, just leaving Frugi to his own devices. Finds Xevious on the other side of his portal. Oh, Binding gonna land? Not quite into the Tangle Barbs, which I suddenly remember.
Is that what the Nico E is?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. There we go. Mordekaiser Prestar.
Yeah, Mord in the Sex Dungeon with Gid. It's going to time out. They're going to get the Galio back on top. Ooh. Gid is going to fall to the turret. Trade 1 for 1. As Swag is Stupid comes in, he just keeps Dyslexic stuck underneath that turret. It's a double kill for Swag is Stupid on the Galio.
And I really like that Galio ult. Swag is Stupid has been doing really well with this Galio to, you know, pressure these fights, and you know, even something that was lost like that, able to pick up 2 kills on the back end, and you know, really good for the Homewreckers. That said, I'm looking at Richie's build. I feel like there's probably a better first item against Ornn.
It even has the
one
same.
That starts with L and ends with S.
It even has the same components in it.
Yeah, and see, there isn't like a weird combine. Like, there's no middle item for Rylai's, right? Mm-hmm. So you had to make the conscious decision. You're looking at your shop. You have the components. You have the gold, and you're like, no, I don't really want a Haunting Guys or a Leandri's. Let's just go with the Rylai's. Just doesn't seem like the best option, I don't think.
Yeah, well, we'll see if he can make it work. As Xevious headed toward the Black Cleaver is his first choice, probably. Not going to assume it's not a Trinity Force. Although I've seen Trinity Force on Kindred before.
I don't think Trinity Force is terrible on Kindred, but usually only if you're Giga fed. And a Cleaver this game against the Ornn will help out a little bit, as Dyslexic is not all that tanky yet, doesn't have much armor, and Xevious is very strong.
Yeah,
This
that was
Mediates.
the power of that Rylai's slow though. Dyslexic could go nowhere thanks to the Rylai's.
You know, I think they might have been able to manage without it, to be honest. Maybe not.
Oh, Rai gonna ult the
Ooh.
turret just to prevent Xevious and Slim Richie from continuing that push, although now that it times out, they can. Gonna pelt him with some Jolly Ranchers. Oof.
Come on, just get the first turret.
I love
Oh,
watching Bard. It's just... Alright, first turret goes to Sinister in mid lane, along with Gid. They're maybe looking for the collapse here onto Slim Richie and Xevious. Dyslexic walking in. Good buffer with the Bellows Breath. Now maybe in a little bit of trouble, getting slowed by the Rylai's, and that's the proper usage of that Mordekaiser ult, making sure that he can't get the rest of the Ornn.
Oh, he's all alone, though.
But now he's all alone in the middle of the enemy team. The Galio ult comes in onto Xevious. They have the Lamb's Respite available, but they have no ability from anybody else to join, so this is just a 4v3, and they're going to back out as Gid takes control of the Scuttle Crab. Frugi in trouble, flashes away from the Winter's Fight, gets knocked up though. Beepot's trying to get some autos down, has the culling, and oh no, the Ignite takes it down. Sinister finds the kill onto Xevious after a Lamb's Respite. You prefer the European Respite? Slim Richie's in trouble. He's dead.
He's a little dead. Just the tiniest bit dead.
Yeah, their support's just getting some extra kills.
I like that Homewreckers were able to find a kill in that bottom lane. Ash had been alone down there for so long. I don't think Bard has been in that lane for several minutes. And, you know, finally, Beepots and Mediamit's able to pick up that kill. Unfortunately, it goes into the pocket of the Braum, but RotM's trying to contest this dragon.
Yeah, Gid has Smite, and Homewreckers do not. Mediamitz is going to be the victim of this as Gid takes a kill, tries to dash forward. Beepot's trying to kite back away, has a couple more autos. Q over the wall, they will finish off Gid. The flash forward, though, from Sinister as he'll find the kill. It's traded back by the auto from Swag is Stupid, and it's a pretty big shutdown for him, actually. About 700 gold in the Galio's pocket. Top lane turret goes to Dyslexic as a result of that, and that was just kind of a mess around that dragon.
Yeah, and that was a fight that Homewreckers ended up going basically even in, even without their strongest player, the Kindred there. Kindred in base after, I believe she died topside.
Yeah, taking the unintentional back. Oh, now maybe looking for Rise Sunrise. The magical journey is here, and there's an Ashe at the end of that magical journey. Super weird, but there's the taunt coming through. The Tempered Fate is just going to make sure that Ryan Fergie dies a couple seconds later, as Swag is Stupid is now unstoppable on the Galio, and they'll turn their attention on this Ocean Dragon. Would be the second dragon of the game, their first Ocean Dragon, should they secure it, and it doesn't look like RTM's going to be able to offer much contest. Ooh. Oh, the Ornhorn! Oh, that was a big knockup. There's nothing to follow up, though.
Yeah, Homewreckers were able to stall out their damage enough that it wasn't even really close, but definitely a good swing for them. This Kindred and this Galio both are extremely strong at this point, you know, and especially with that built-in synergy between their ultimates. There is a lot of playmaking potential and a lot of potential for that duo to carry this game. See, Dyslexic getting pressured just a little bit, not able to get that much, but Xevious is down here. Are they going to try and pressure the turret?
RTM going for the last second Rift Herald again. They're going to grab it at 1929, not quite as close as last time. So they'll get that in their pockets basically for free. There's no real answer available for Homewreckers right now as they do continue the pressure on bottom.
I feel like the biggest difference between gold leagues or gold teams as we see a fight here.
Yeah, Dyslexic in a lot of trouble, and he's going to go down. That'll be a mark going to Xevious as well as that bottom lane tower. And
you know, I like that the Homewreckers were able to make that play, because I was just going to say that it seems like a lot of these players are able to chill underneath their turret in 1v2, 1v3 scenarios for free, you know, without losing a whole lot. And these are ones where they should be pressured off, should be losing that objective. So I like that the Homewreckers were able to find that. But RotM's going to be getting this turret in the mid lane with that Herald, and
Rye may be in a little bit of trouble, but they're going to recollapse on him. The Infinite Dress coming out from Gid, and that'll find that pick. Slim Richie unfortunately sent to the gray screen for the 7th time this game, as Shelly going to continue. I guess this is Sheila, not Shelly. Excuse me. Going to push in toward the inhibitor tower, get that charge off, and the siege kind of continuing here for the return of the Crimson Ravens.
I'm sorry. The Return of the Crimson Ravens?
Yeah, there's 4 ROTM players and 3 that play on Crimson Ravens, so it's anyway.
Oh, okay. I missed the reference.
It's the Return of the Ravens.
I'm just a
I guess
little
would be cleaner,
slow.
RTR.
Oh no. Xevious might get caught out here. There's a lot of people waiting for him at this Gromp.
Sir Gromp gonna betray him
no.
again.
Oh!
The Jolly Rancher coming through gets bound into Sir Gromp, and Rai is gonna take that kill. Ult sails just a little bit wide, not able to find meaty bits. Tempered Fate, I don't think they can really do anything. Tangle Barb is gonna come through. They're actually gonna burn the Galio ult. It's a double kill for Bard. Of all people. Gid gets caught a little bit on the wrong side, and he'll pay for that one. This turret is still up as Slim Richie comes in, throws Sinister into the sex dungeon.
Once they come out. Oh, no one.
Beepots is in no man's land. Gonna get knocked up. A big knock-up from Dyslexic. Taunt coming through. Swag is Stupid trying to find anything. There's just no damage from the HOhm Wreckers as Dyslexic takes down Beepots on the backside of the fight. Swag is Stupid trying to wade into everything. Gets the taunt, but he's gonna go down as Frugi, still relatively healthy, autoing down, has the Blade of the Ruin King, not able to find that kill, but they do find 4 over the course of this fight.
The HOhm Wreckers, they had that good counter engage with the Gallia ultimate, able to pick up the kill onto Gid, but unfortunately afterwards it just didn't seem like they were on the same page. Richie used the ultimate but didn't want to continue chasing. Beepots get caught walking up a bit too far trying to support him, and everything goes RotM's way there. As HOhm Wreckers continue to fight without their strongest player, this Kindred is so massive. It should be able to do so much damage in these fights, but just hasn't been able to participate in the last couple. Is
gonna fight over a Scuttle Crab potentially? No. Alright. Xevious finds that one. That should be a 4th mark, I believe, since it was still on the Scuttle Crab. Bard doing Bard things. Oh, that's only 3? How do they only have 3?
Marking people?
No, he had Ornn marked. He got a mark off of Ornn at one point. I guess there just hasn't been another one? That seems crazy to me that he's only got 3.
Yeah, especially since you have 9 takedowns, it seems like you should have, at least accidentally picked up a couple of marks in there somewhere. But the only 3 and 2 of them from camps is pretty unlucky.
Yeah, 3,000 gold lead right now for ROTM as they're looking for their next play. 30 seconds on this Ocean Dragon. Doesn't really represent a whole lot for either team. Would be, eventual soul point for HOhm Wreckers. Only Dragon number 2 for ROTM as they swing their way through. Blue buff going to be the first objective.
I think Xevious is going to be the one to pick that up. Last game didn't get enough of them as the mid laner, so he swapped over to jungle to make sure that he gets those blue buffs. Ooh, nice little stun here from Rai.
So Slim Richie took the top lane tower. He's teleported to the bottom wave as he's looking to run it. That's a big stun, though. The Ornhorn coming across from Dyslexic as all of the ultimates used basically onto nobody. Big Pop Blossom from Sinister finds meaty mitts. A couple of flashes away. Beepot's on the backside of the fight trying to kite back out as Swag is Stupid falls. Gid taken low in the sex dungeon, but he heals back up with those Jaws of Death. Gets the fear, and it's a double kill for Sinister. Rai finds his 6th of the game somehow. They're going to teleport in mid while taking this dragon and trying to grab as many objectives as they can in this time frame.
Yeah, that should mean the inhibitor coming down here, the dragon coming down, and then maybe a reset into that Baron, and everything is ROTM's way. As Sinister has just been a monster on this Nico pick. Every time that we've seen it, just in these team fights, especially around the dragon, doing such a great job of just finding people and putting out so much damage. This is a scary pick if you're playing against RotM Gold, I think.
Yeah, now potentially looking at the Baron, there's just nobody in range. Yeah, they haven't reset, but there's still just nobody in range right now for the HOhm Wreckers. They're not burning it super fast, though. 7,000, you've got Bard playing linebacker here, just going to throw out a couple of these bindings, see if he can find anything.
Yeah, and that's going to be the Baron going over, no contest.
No, he's not there. All right. The winner's bite steal attempt would have been heroic, but not going to find it. Xevious is looking for his 4th mark, the Tempered Fate from Rai. Just being Rai took it!
I got it! Oh no!
Oh no.
That's tragic. That doesn't feel good if you're Xevious.
The man last hit 6 kills, last hit in Scuttle Crabs. What a Chad. Um, Gid looking for something. He doesn't have any team backup. I don't think that homewreckers were aware of that, or they might have turned onto the wolf, but
And giving him a little bit of respect, assuming that he has the backup. Just gonna let him walk away, and RotM now setting up with this Baron buff should be able to use it to at least pick up these outers, if not break down another inhibitor. You know, especially if you have Rise Sunrise on this Bard, has quite a bit of mobility between the lanes. You know, if he's the one that's pushing out this mid lane, applying the Baron, you know, this could be really hard for the homewreckers to actually deal with.
yeah, Dyslexic has his teleport available as well as he's looking at this inner turret potentially in top lane, just waiting for the waves to sync up. And here comes ROTM on the top side as well as Gid, Frug, and Sinister all collapsing. Slim Richie trying to clear out as Bard just... I just appreciate it. It looks like you're trolling sometimes, but you're actually doing the right play on Bard, and that's, you know, the line that I like to tell.
If you're Mordekaiser, if you ult Ashe, do you think you can fight her?
No.
With finished Rylai's Leandries?
Oh, you have Leandri's now. Yeah, I mean, not now that you have no
Not
health,
now.
but...
Yeah, no, I agree. Not now. I think that should be the play. There are no QSSs in for
Ornhorn
RotM.
coming
Oh,
through,
wow.
the turret's gonna fall, teleport in from Swagga Stupid's a little bit late. Meaty Mit's caught on the wrong side of everything. The Tempered Fate going to stun up Slim Richie, and the Galliol not gonna really do a whole lot. It's a big knockup, but there's just no damage from the back end of this fight. Dyslexic chunks through, tries to get the knockup. Swagga Stupid flashes away. B-Pots gets taken down at the back end of that one, and the Tangle Barbs will finish another one. Dyslexic died to the tower, but that's the only casualty for ROTM, as
They have a wave
Bard
in
just
mid. They
still
could just
in the
end.
face. Yeah, they're looking for the end now as Nexus turret's under fire. I don't think Xevious can do it. He doesn't have the Kindred ult available. Needs to try to find one just to start off everything.
Oh.
Dashes forward. Rye not quite able to find that Cosmic Binding. Now the Tangle Barbs come through. He's so low, but Meaty Mitts comes to the rescue, but the Nexus is exposed. Gid is hitting it. Oh, the Fountain Laser able to take down Rye at the end of the game. But ROTM close it out. It's a 2-0 for the gold team. They'll improve to 6-2 on the season, and now a matchup against undefeated GSM this week with a chance, if they win, to take the 2nd seed. If they lose, probably going to have the 3rd seed.
How many people are making it into playoffs? Is it 4 teams for gold?
I believe it's 6 for gold.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
There's
8, 9,
10
10. There's
teams.
10 people.
Yeah.
Or 10 teams, rather. So getting a 2nd seed, then, I assume, would give them a first round bye. Is that correct?
They're saying 4 teams in the chat. Maybe that's right. If there's 4 teams, then no matter what, you're stuck playing the same team. It's just side
4
selection
in a
you're playing
10-team league?
for. I don't know. I don't make the rules. There's a rule book. You can read it. I've read it before, but I don't remember. Anyway, that's going to do it here for the cast. Thank you all. Thank you specifically to Oath and TUI Kato for the subs and for the support. And thanks again for helping out on the cast. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you don't follow the stream, please hit the follow button, as it does really help us out. I think I've shilled enough, right?
I think that's enough.
If you prime subbed when we first had them available, it's coming up, and you need to prime sub again each month. So if you haven't and want to resub, please do that. Yeah, now we've shilled enough. Thanks, guys, and we'll see you next week, I guess, for the last week of the regular season.